failed persuasion and intimidation, but we do learn the direction, and we leave them to die. Although there was an altercation between the new guy and the bloodthirsty paladin, Elam. Chasing down, it got dark. Thought that was a pretty bad idea with some half elves that can see in the dark to take on the camps. We camped further away and got attacked in the middle of the night by 4 scouts, which we took care of, and then we went back to sleep.
And that's about where we left off.
One other thing, could we just go around and give everyone's characters' names again? Because it's
Morden?
Yep.
Elam?
Yep.
Illum.
Like illuminate.
Yes.
Okay.
Ulrich?
Yorick,
Uric.
not Yorick.
not Yorick.
And
Oust. And Riven. And we are in search of Jorah. That's the mission. I probably should have mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Keep calling you Jorah because I think we said Jorah more than Riven.
Riven, like the sequel to Mist.
Oh,
We could just know him as Jorah's brother. That's all. Crazy guy.
Jorah's
older
brother, yeah.
brother.
Older, that old guy who keeps growing older by the minute.
So you guys, we'll pick up at like you just finished your bandit encounter. Did you guys want to just go straight to sleep? You did loot the bodies. We did do that.
Yeah.
You just leave the bodies around and go back to sleep.
I think so.
I think so. We just,
House is pretty worn down at the time. Got beat up pretty bad.
All right, so then you will all be able to prepare spells for the next day. You get all of your health back. You can get half of the hit dice that you have back. So that's where your characters are at. So you wake up in the morning, and what would you like to do?
I'd like to search the area for any herbs or anything that might be.
Okay, so okay.
Just take a quick look around.
Did you actually print out that book? Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't have access to that right now. So yeah, if you want to roll to find find
holy
herbs.
cow.
What was
That's
that?
quite
An ultimate.
This is herbalism supplement.
Is that herbalism? Like an herbalism proficiency? There's really nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of silly because you can get these herbalist alchemist equipment and stuff, but there's no rules for it. But I did happen to have some unreleased rules that are nice for giving herbalists and alchemy more fun. Cool. So yeah, you can roll 2d6. And are you looking for also stuff that would sustain you?
I think I have to find something first.
Oh, right.
Roll, over 15 with either intellect or wisdom.
No, that's that.
Sorry.
Sorry, these are new rules that I am not familiar with. No, that's alchemy attempt. Herbalism.
Nice healing you got there.
Save that. It'll waste it on people. We don't
Oh,
kill bandits.
herbalism modifier. Wisdom or int plus proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so 2 with herbalism kit. So only have
Yeah, I think we'll
just
just
like a 10. So
so we'll just say you don't find anything.
I find nothing.
I took some more of your notes here. Okay, so you wake up and Riven has gone up and started, picking at local bushes and whatnot. Doesn't seem to quite find what he's looking for.
Okay.
Anybody else doing something in basically that 30-minute hour time frame?
I guess I can forage for berries and stuff, maybe. This seems like probably as good of a time as any.
Yeah.
You're still injured?
I'm
Or you
okay now that we slept.
Okay. And I've got nothing to do.
Full HP on long rests.
Oh, I thought you said something about half your
Hit dice. Full HP.
So if you use all your hit die during short rests,
Right.
previous, then you get half of those back.
Oh, to use it on
For like
Subsequent short rest.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So if
It's
you're
not
having,
that's not the HP you get back. That's
No,
the
that's-
hit dice you get back.
yes, correct.
Die.
All right.
That's
So
huge.
berries. So yes. So note that you are basically on the outskirts of the bandit territory.
Let's
Yeah.
not go exploring too far.
So
Yeah,
basically,
close.
the way I'm ruling this right now is that you have that nat 20 your first survival check. So these first 2 days were fine.
Okay.
You had enough for everybody for 2 days.
Okay.
And so at the end of this day, you will either be foraging or using
Gotcha.
rations. So I will say that for now, for the purposes of eating, you don't need to worry about
Well
that.
covered.
Oh dear.
All right.
But yeah, you are
We got quite a bit.
in the outskirts of a bandit camp, and you
Okay.
have
Well, I would like to climb a tree and kind of see what's about.
okay. Give me an athletics check.
13 even.
Yeah. So you find a somewhat flimsy tree. It takes you a little bit of time, but you manage to get up there. You're trying to, I guess, are you trying to come up out of the canopy, or what is your goal from this perception check?
I just want to see if I can see any people nearby. I imagine that we're kind of in the woods, and it's difficult to see through some of the trees. I just want to get a little bit better so that there are any hills nearby or anything like that. I can see if there's smoke somewhere coming. I guess I'd have to get above the canopy then to look for smoke.
So yeah, so you're wanting to get above the canopy and see what you see from there.
If I can, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say you can do that. Go ahead and make a perception check.
9.
Yeah, you don't really see anything. It looks like it's going to be a clear day though.
Okay. I climb back down and I say, guys, the trees are too thick. I can't see anything.
Well, it seems to me we have but few options.
Should we hide the bodies perhaps before we go anywhere? Do we care? Do we?
It'd be simple enough to cover them in leaves.
Okay. I'm gonna cover them with foliage and crap.
Our attempts
Wow.
to interrogate.
Wow.
That's what their bodies.
Yeah, well, after they died, I think
Some
that kind of
fertilizer.
naturally happened. So it just sort of happened.
All right, make a stealth check for how well you hide away the bodies.
Okay. 6.
All right, so you end up like kind of
This
just
session is going awesome.
in one place, and you put some leaves over it, but it's like there's a hill there. that-
It's more like a pyre than it is. Ready to-
Like 8
You
boots
go over
sticking
here.
out.
All right.
starting, starting
You're
with
ready.
Yeah.
You got it too, also.
Was
Or
it
2008.
Seems to me we have but few options. Our interrogation got us very little information, so we can attempt to get close enough to the camp to perhaps have Oust sneak in and look around. That'd be difficult given they know we're coming. Or a full frontal assault, which I'm not sure I like the idea of either. Or we give up and abandon Jorah, the bandits. Which, There's some downsides
That's not going to be an
to
option.
all of these options, what does the group think?
I don't think we can afford to let Jorah, sit there. He knows where the camp is, where the headquarters is right now. He could get the entire resistance into trouble.
That's true.
I think we have no choice but to make an attempt at extricating him.
Then do we go by stealth or by force?
I prefer stealth.
We should first attempt stealth, and if that fails, then we go by horse.
I do recall a lot of traps yesterday that we had to navigate our way through. Whoever is the best at seeing those should probably lead the way.
I was good at night, but I don't think I'm very special at that. In day.
The two of us could work together, maybe help each other out to find what's between here and the camp.
Sure. So, I guess you guys are wanting to start making your way towards where you think the bandit camp is.
Yeah,
Um,
carefully is just what we were trying to get at.
Right. So, what I will do is I will have one person roll for survival, for tracking, and then I will have 2 people be rolling for the the highest person that wants to do for traps. So that's basically one person is tracking. There are 2 people that are actively looking for traps, so that nobody falls in them. So that's basically how I'll rule. There's 3 people doing something on this.
Okay.
So who wants to track the bandits to see if they can find a camp?
That's survival.
I mean,
I'll do
if you're looking for tracks, right, or looking for traps, right?
Yes, I guess. I mean, I'll look for traps. I'll look for bandit tracks, footprints.
Can
I
only
also
one of us
have
roll for
particularly good survival
tracking?
though.
Would you?
I mean, yeah, sure. I will let the highest person roll with advantage for both of these things. One for survival and one for perception.
I have a +3 perception, +1 survival.
I've got 4 to survival. I've got pretty good.
I got a +6 perception. I mean,
All right.
You trap. I'll do survival. See if I can follow their tracks.
Okay, roll with advantage.
15.
Cool.
20 total.
All right. So yeah, you guys, you happen to see just like every trap. They apparently didn't hide these very well, and you're like,
Awesome.
oh, bear trap, snare trap, bear trap, snare trap, bear trap. What is a snare trap?
This snare trap fell in a bear trap, and
Tripwire with falling bear traps.
These bandits have a little bit artistic flair to them.
what I should have seen when I climbed the canopy is they were selling something with their traps and making some artwork.
All right, and I would like you all to make stealth checks.
23.
Sorry.
11.
Where the hell is stealth?
13.
19 with disadvantage.
What the heck?
Well done.
5.
With disadvantage?
I rolled an 18 and a 19, and I get
I
plus
didn't
1.
do disadvantage.
Let's see if
Is
you
it all
roll.
disadvantage?
No,
No,
Oh,
19.
that would've
These
been
2 are in heavy armor, which
Yeah.
imposes disadvantage on their stealth check.
Once
So
we
bad.
get some gold and go to a town, I can get like a breastplate that is pretty good armor. The same armor class with no disadvantage, but at the moment I'm tromping around in like chainmail.
Yeah, I'm just running into trees
All
and
right. So,
kicking the traps.
Do we have like a marching order? Can we put
Um,
these in like order?
Since I'm tracking, I
Yeah,
probably
so-
have to be in front.
Oh, that's right. So
I-
you 2 are
yeah.
kind of in front.
And I think I'm the one with the winged hat.
You probably don't want to.
Or am I the one with the
in
shield?
Very
Are you with the winged hat?
No.
I forget who was
Surprise
who.
attack.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I think you were the one that had the shield.
No,
You're
I was
you're
this
this
guy.
guy?
I was this guy.
Oh, sorry.
I've got the fancy hat.
It's good to have all these guards surrounding me to fall rather easily.
Oops. I hate it when the DM says oops. Makes me nervous.
Oops, meteor.
It's slightly better than oh shit, but
Oh shit. 7.
I want to hopefully not encounter many more of those things. What are these? Oh, right. What are these? Then running through my book. Oh boy, yeah. All right.
We've been the whole band again.
So-
They're just like watching us. Who are these crazy people just clanking along?
And then, so I would also like everybody to roll perception checks.
12.
17.
11.
17.
9.
Actually, pretty decent at something.
Yeah, so no one gets to jump on anybody. But so what happens is you're walking through. You're being careful of these traps and everything, and some you hear some twigs snapping under Illum's feet. Come on. And at the same time you hear what sounds like some barking.
Not again.
Flashbacks. War PTSD.
And you also hear some mutterings like, "Shh, keep the dogs quiet." And
Character develops a phobia to that.
and then you basically see each other coming across the corners, and you hear growls, and you see these two big dogs on leashes, and they start barking directly at you. They look like they have been searching for somebody, because they have had search parties not come back to the camp. And so what you see are
Someone killed your friends and made a pile with them.
so you
Just kidding.
see in the distance 7 humanoids and 3 large dogs, and the dogs are making these barking sounds, and they're like, so the bandits are like, that must be them. They picked up the scent. And so yeah, we will be rolling initiative.
Are they aware we're here?
So much for stealth.
Do they see us?
I'm going to roll my
Yes,
pulse
you
life
see-
thing.
Yes.
I'm going to use Spice of Chaos in this initiative.
9.
What do you
For
get
rolling
advantage?
Yeah, advantage.
Oh, okay, sure.
Ooh, a 15. That's better.
Whoa.
Actually, do this
I'm gonna
time.
go
18.
grab just some.
That'll be opposite last time. I'll just roll really good stuff.
Or 19.
Yeah,
Oh no. 17.
with advantage of 9.
All right, so
Wow.
with advantage. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, compared to-
Evan, what do you got?
9.
yeah, 6 turn.
Michael, what do you got?
18.
Nice.
Philip,
17.
Seth.
How do you treat natural ones on initiative?
You got 2 natural ones?
Oh, I have advantage?
Oh, I thought that's
No,
what
no,
you
no,
just
no.
said.
What'd you say?
Do I have advantage or no?
No.
Okay, I got a natural 1, however you treat that. My initiative modifier is +8, but I didn't know if you take that into account on natural 1.
No, so that'll be a 9.
8?
Okay. Yeah.
And then-
Don't you get an initiative or advantage on all your initiative rolls?
Sounds like
And what's
Not
your-
advantage, just a flat bonus.
Plus 5 bonus.
We have 3 people going on the 9 initiative. That's hilarious. I just think it's
Hilarious.
I'm just saying that from a statistics standpoint, 3 people rolled the same number. I thought that was funny.
I rolled a 7. He rolled a 1.
Bonus
We both ended up with 9. And I had advantage. I don't know how this works.
Actually, I should set up the icons first so that I can
Yeah.
appropriately.
There's only 10 of them. We
Yeah.
got this.
If they stand really close together, then maybe we can just
change them again. Just go
So-
right into their mass and then let it fireball yourself.
So what I will say is that you can line yourselves up within your. Oh, I guess this is
That's
already
pretty much where
yeah.
we were.
Yeah,
But-
I think appropriate.
We're gonna. Can you just flip them around because you'll be.
Going this way?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So I can have more access to getting things here.
Why don't we set it up going this way so we're not messing with silly diagonal?
Can we do the camera angle? Thank you. Thank you, Keeler.
You don't want to just look at us the whole time? Don't worry, we'll tell you where to go.
Oh, is that too many?
Walk forward. Stab.
To be closer, or is that good?
That's perfect.
I like doing this on the
yeah.
and stuff.
So then that's
Oh, that's right. And I was gonna actually not pick one because we wanted the video to go to whoever's talking.
okay. So
Maybe lower.
what you see from this perspective, so that you guys can plan accordingly, there are these 3 hounds
Okay.
here.
Mhm.
And then these guys look like some nasty looking butts. Like those. These are a little. These look a little stronger than those scouts that you had seen
Just
before.
these two.
Just those 2. The rest of these, they look pretty run of the mill.
Okay.
They're the guys that you would see, stealing a purse off a lady or
So these
something.
guys like more heavily armored.
Yes, and they are more heavily armored, and they have both a heavy crossbow and a mace.
Great.
But now I have to actually roll the initiative instead of describing the scene. So never easy.
Ooh, Keeler, if you put the camera a little bit higher, I can see his notes. Perfect.
So we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I have to actively not look to my left. Although I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm probably the best person to be seeing.
Neither do I.
As if knowing what was coming would help us, not get stabbed as much.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
That maces will just get beat, not stabbed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
and guys. I'm rolling some low initiatives.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh shit. They don't get +8 on their initiatives.
No.
You have alert too, don't you?
No,
You know,
I'm
I
not
thought you
alert.
did.
We actually
I get
noticed that last
advantage.
time.
Yeah, whatever. Had y'all through the dark.
What is your feat?
My current feat is medium armor mastery, which is how I'm wearing scale mail without having disadvantage on stealth.
I don't think any medium armor gave you.
Yeah, most of it does.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think that was the case.
I think it might have something to do with proficiencies. Like if you don't have proficiency in it, I think you might.
No, that's not really. I mean, scale mail and half plate both give you disadvantage.
Well,
Hide, chain shirt, or breastplate do not.
yeah, that's what I wanted.
So you are an armored prone layer down.
I'm an armored prone layer. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I'd like
when
to
we
get
walked in
half
putting
plate
his
that
armor on in the
someday.
morning, we're all like, damn, he puts that armor on really well.
That's true.
And
Let's see. Dogs. Kill them all.
Philip, what's your dex modifier?
4.
You go first.
Or no, I'm sorry. My dex modifier is 2. My dex saving throw is 4. Okay.
I was about to be really jealous.
Yeah.
Mine is -1.
He actively dodges into the projectiles.
My armor, I throw myself.
Good job.
I have a spell that does that. Command duel. I just force an enemy to only attack me. Nobody else.
Sandy. Riven's favorite spell. On other people.
The blowing up dog spell.
Oh,
Oh no, the spell where people standing next to you assume all the attacks.
Oh yes.
Yeah. One of my spells is Command Duel, which just forces the enemy to only attack me as long as no one else attacks him.
Oh nice.
do that on
And after
all
he
of
attacks them, they disintegrate. So you know.
Well, you can only do it once on one guy. And it's concentration, so. Actually, it can attack others, but it gets disadvantage on attack rolls
So,
against people other than me.
Hiding behind that New Century Book of Facts
That's pretty
is the switch, which I think should turn on the fan. Yeah.
I need to get out of the way.
But you're already here.
Yeah.
It's concentration. So.
Okay. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do mob encounters. This takes a long time. I thought it would be. It's probably fun for you guys because it's a lot of people that you get to fight and you get to kill a lot of things, but it's difficult from my end. So
Do they all have kids? Or
you don't know.
Make an insight check.
Okay. So,
do I see any wedding rings?
so the first one to go.
You definitely don't, Keeler. Of all people.
Those dogs have puppies, killer. How could you?
I think I put these all.
I don't care about the bandits. We can kill them all. Yeah, those poor dogs.
Sure you're not a druid.
This might.
Confused paladin. I don't know my own class.
So first guy up is this guy. He's a bandit. He is going to take out a crossbow and fire at the big burly guy
Front.
in the front.
Yeah.
That's a miss,
Yay!
and that's his turn. Next
Nice.
is Ilum.
Whoa.
Balance.
That's what you get for
Crazy.
such a high initiative. Madness.
Quick, get in front of me. They're shooting.
Almost.
Sorry to be right.
Anything you want to do? If you don't want to do a spell or anything, you can do a dodge action, or you can do a dash if you want to get closer.
That's right. You can do like a defensive action with your
Defensive stance.
Yeah.
So what does dodge do?
Imposes disadvantage on everybody who attacks you until the start of your next turn.
Is that different from? Was it full defense?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, and I'm making it up. Maybe.
Is that just like from monks? Are you
Oh,
talking about?
no, I thought it was just a
there's
regular-
patient defense from monks, which is where you spend a key point to do that as a bonus action.
I'll check what I'm talking about. I thought there was just like a defense. It's probably the same thing as dodge. It might be.
Anyway, Michael,
What does dash do?
it doubles your movement speed, but you can't
That's-
take any action. That's your action.
Yeah, I guess I'll dash. 10, 20, 25.
Okay, there you go. Looking all mean.
Man, this paladin has really got some guts.
Man, he's rushing in.
Finally, bandits.
And then next up is Uric.
Okay. If I look at Ost or Morden, does it look like either of them have like ranged weapons? Have they used that in the past? I don't recall.
Oust has
You've seen me flipping some daggers around and slicing with them, but not ranged anything.
I've got a javelin on my back, but I haven't used it.
Okay. So how if I wanted to do magic stones, would I be able to hand off magic stones as like would that?
Yeah, I'll let you if you want to do your action. Is it like action to magic stone?
No, that's a bonus action.
Bonus action.
So what I'm curious is, can I throw it and give one to somebody in the same time, or can I only do one?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay. So since I'm not super smart with a -1, I'm not sure what those daggers are for. So I'm gonna go
Those
5.
are obviously for sticking things. In melee.
15. Yes,
By the way.
you're right. That's of course. 20, 25, 30. But as I'm walking by, I'm casting Magic Stone as I pull out 3 stones from my component pouch. I give one to Ost because I'm not very smart. And with another one, I am going to chuck it at the guy who shot at us earlier.
Okay, that's this guy. So roll your attack. So who did you hand stones to?
I handed one to
How's he posting?
Ost. Yeah, sorry.
Oust. Okay, so
Oust.
Oust, you have a stone that is glowing in your hand. You're not really sure what it does.
Well, he saw me throw it yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he and I were standing next to each other when
right now too. Let's see him.
That's how you throw them. Just so you know. 16 plus 3, so 19.
Yeah,
that works
easily
better.
hits.
You gotta get the dice excited.
Yeah, it's learning. All right, and then that does 8 damage.
Oh boy. All right.
Get a +3.
Who'd you throw it at?
This
That
guy.
Black
The
guy
guy-
right in the face.
The guy that shot an arrow at me.
Yeah, that's right. I got your back.
He's a black eye now. Smacked in the face
Next
for a rock.
is this mastiff. You see that the bandits kind of just they're barking and barking, and these thugs loose the dogs, and this guy is gonna run all the way.
Of
over
course.
there. And
I guess the dog didn't like
I need to start using a new shampoo or something.
So you have to add like
Yeah. The
phobia
steer
of
meat shampoo
canines
is
to your character sheet.
Yeah, I know. Only a few more encounters, and I'll have to.
so he's going to try and bite at you.
Don't do
They were
it.
attracted by the glowing rocks.
What's your AC?
16.
Nope, he misses.
Yay.
So he's just slobbering and he's just dashing at
Wants you
you,
to
but
throw
you
a rock
just
for him. He's trying to.
he sees
Over
that
there,
you have
boy.
these glowing stones, and boy, does he want one. All right. Next up is this guy. He's gonna come around here, and he's gonna shoot at the big dude that rushed forward into the fray. That's an actual 20.
Ouch.
Oh,
So
Start off healing on my first turn.
Tell you what, Andrew, I'll trade you this fancy looking guy.
all right. So that's these guys.
Got a healthy
That's
pool.
13 damage.
Holy, what the?
Nothing more.
Or
Crit.
7 and a 3 per damage.
Wow.
+1.
So 11?
11. What did I say?
13?
we'll take 11.
Yeah, 11. Sorry. All right, so next is Rhombus. That is a bandit. So
So I got a
he's
question. I had like
Here.
+5 hit points. Sorry. I had +5 max hit points from our last fight. Was that?
no, yeah, that would have
That's
gone
all
away.
right.
Yeah.
How did you get that? Did I do that?
I think you did
Yeah,
that in the middle of that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 8
Oh, that's
gives you
missed.
plus the
He-
max. as
This
well.
guy fires, and you're not even sure where he's trying to fire at. It just goes real wide. Next is Asterisk, which was
That's a dog.
no, that was a
That's-
thug.
That's right. Or was it
No,
the
no,
dog?
no, no, no.
After should have been a. You said there were
Yeah,
3 dogs.
Asterisk.
Yeah, it
Right?
was,
Was
dog,
supposed to
dog,
be a
and
dog.
dog. I think.
Yeah. Did one of his dogs just
dog
like
just became
whip off a
a-
dog mask and turn into a human? Surprise! Extra bandit.
2 dogs.
There's 3.
3 dogs.
Trying up to me.
No, this dog completely misses.
Chewing on your armor.
Next
Good dog.
is Morden.
Okay. Let's see what's on 30. Go. 5, 15, 20, 30?
Yeah.
30. Okay. And then I'm going to cast. Well, actually, I made it all the way up to a dog. Yeah. I'm going to attack the dog with
Okay.
my whatever I have. Warhammer. I'm a Warhammer.
Two hands.
Used it for the first time, one-handed. I've still got a shield.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can use it two-handed, but it's the D10.
Yeah.
Two-handed, D8. One-handed.
He's a cleric who thinks he's a paladin.
And that is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Wow.
And
+5 for flanking.
ouch. I rolled a 1, so plus my strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 damage.
Oh boy, man, this dog doesn't look great, but you just didn't quite do enough damage.
Uh-huh. He try to fetch my Warhammer next turn, isn't he?
Next,
You did 4 damage?
Hang on.
You did 4 damage.
Hang
The
on.
dog was
sorry.
killed,
Bonus action.
Yes.
Wow. He's
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Finally.
Thing
out of the sheath.
So, did you want to instead use your action to use
Perfect.
spiritual weapon?
What?
Like you cast it. Oh no, as a bonus action.
It's a
you
bonus
also-
action to cast, and it attacks. And then
Yes,
on
you-
future
yes.
turns, I can
You
use the
also
bonus
get
action to
that.
move and attack.
Yeah, so you cast spiritual weapon as a bonus action, and when you do that, you can make an attack with it.
Correct.
So can
And
we
future attacks are bonus actions.
We
as
need-
well.
just give me one of the die?
There's just going to be a floating
Oh, you know
hammer
what? I have green
Actually,
tokens on for
towards the greatsword, isn't it?
purpose. So
Oh,
is
that's
this
like
where
a
you want it?
familiar or something.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Wow.
that is your spiritual weapon.
So there's a giant deity-looking greatsword with a lightning hilt,
All right,
Just
make
bouncing around.
stabbing the dog.
make your attack with
So
your spell attack modifier.
Spell attack modifier. 16? No,
Yeah.
wait. Spell attack bonus or my spellcasting ability modifier? I don't know how this works.
spell casting ability modifier.
Okay.
Oh, you're making a melee spell attack.
Right. So,
So,
spell
yeah.
attack bonus.
Yeah,
18.
and you kill it.
I mean,
You don't even need to roll.
okay.
Yeah, like one.
Yeah, 1 HP.
Done.
All right.
Dead dog. I like it.
So that was. Oh,
He
wait.
killed the thing.
That Next is oust.
I was petting that dog. What you
Tell me a little bit more about this glowing stone. What's the range and stuff?
I don't know.
60 feet, I think.
Is there a min max or a min max range?
No.
Just 60 feet.
For
Yeah.
magic strength?
It probably doesn't have a min max.
Yeah, I'm pretty
60
sure.
sounds about right.
And then there would be Pebble has a range of 60 feet. If someone else attacks with Pebble, you would use my spellcasting ability modifier, so a 3 to see if you hit.
Okay. Well, then Oust wants to run up next to Uric and help him with this dog.
The dog's dead.
With his what? That dog?
Other dog.
Yeah.
Sorry. Me too. My bad. Never mind.
Okay, and hit him with his short sword.
Okay. Is it a bonus action to use the pebble?
No. I think he's saying it's better to stab this guy than just
Okay. Yeah, if that's what you're doing.
Well, what I was getting at is the two weapon. It says if I'm holding a weapon with a thrown property, that I can use that as my bonus action to attack.
Oh.
Okay. All right then.
Okay, so my attack action is as long as I take the attack action. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the attack action against this dog with my short sword. I have a +5, or no? Oh, I have to flank him to get that, don't I?
But you have advantage
Why do I have advantage?
because you are within 5 feet of an ally.
That only gets my sneak attack to proc. It doesn't give me advantage.
Oh, okay.
Can I get advantage? Can I walk far enough to get advantage by flanking?
You cannot.
That's 20,
Oh,
30, 40?
yeah.
Sorry, 20, 25, 30?
Yeah, you can.
That doesn't flank, does it?
25, 30.
Yeah, I'll.
Well, the diagonal would be 5, right?
If you don't want me to, that's fine. I just want to know if I can get far enough.
Oh, it's fine. You can do that.
Okay, well then I'm going to do that, and my roll is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Ask for a dog.
15.
15 damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay, cool. And then I'd like to whip around with this stone and sidearm throw it at the one who's already been hit with a stone.
Who'd you throw a stone at?
The shooter,
Well,
this
this
guy.
Wasn't it the guy who had the first dog?
Huh?
No, it was not.
This guy's the guy that. This guy's the only other guy that's been hit so far.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
So you're gonna throw it at him.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so roll a d20 plus 3.
11.
That I don't think it hits.
Oh, has he acted this this round?
Yeah, he was the first one to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an arrow.
So that unfortunately misses. You throw the stone and it just whizzes past his head.
All done.
So close.
Yeah.
Next,
Got some
Riven.
damage to go here.
All right.
Sure.
So seeing all you guys charge in and seeing that we still have 8 enemies, I'm going to try to put some to sleep.
Cool.
I'm going to cast sleep.
What's the range on it? Do you-
90 feet.
Okay, so you probably don't need to move closer.
I'm going to stay where I am because I like you guys rushing forward and me being back.
Okay, where are you centering it?
Right here.
And what is it? 30 foot?
It's 20 feet.
20 feet?
So it should be all 4 of those.
Yeah. So I will say that you can get these 4, or sorry, these 5.
Okay. Say 5d8.
Proud of how useful this is.
I know.
Yeah, 5d8.
Can I have your spell?
2, 5, 30, 16. So maybe
Okay.
1.
So.
Wow, these guys. What?
3.
They have like no health.
They all slump down.
Nice.
Wow. Sleep.
What?
These guys are
I like it.
chumps. Really, that's
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I just charged in. I'm
Let's
just like,
go.
no, come on.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Sleep is nice for really low CR creatures.
As we get closer, are these also
Yeah.
half elves? Elves? Can we tell yet?
It's a mixed match of humans and elves
Okay.
and half elves.
They're all dirty bandits.
just like if they're all half elves,
Quick
Next.
and
we have like a political cause to rally around or something.
We should
So,
totally get.
I'm pretty
like,
pleased with that.
inspiration
So
for that.
We should
like-
just pretend like
Ra-
they're all
racism
half elves.
inspiration.
Yes.
All right, so
I get
this
banned
dog is
inspiration
going to
already.
come. No, it's going to come here, and no, that's not going to hit a heavily armored person. He's also gnashing at your armor, and he
Shield.
can't get at you. And then this guy is.
It's one of the big guys, right?
That's one of the nasty-looking guys.
He looks like
He's
butt.
gonna come.
U-shape
10,
and scent
15,
who are the
20,
big guys, right?
and he's also gonna attack you, but he has pack tactics, so he gets
dick.
advantage on this. Wait, he rolled. Oh, God damn it! All right,
He's trying to the worst bandits ever. They're just like,
Going
I'm
better
trying to
so
put down
far.
our healer. What's going on here?
and then
Guys, I'm thinking we should just charge them after this.
"Oh, this bandit camp
he's,
just
Not so worried about stealth tactics anymore.
sounds right
he's
there.
gonna
Good
come
ball.
up about there. This is more fun. He looks down and he sees his friend fall down and says, "Hey, you okay?" He's gonna do a check. No, he thinks he's dead.
Oh my gosh!
Sounds like that guy needs to roll a wisdom saving throw or else flee. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
saw him fall down and he can't find a pulse. So he's like, "No, you killed my friend," and he goes on, and that was his action.
No, he thinks he's dead.
Whatever that check was.
These bandits aren't too bright.
Yeah, this is another
That's a bad guy.
meanie.
Meanie.
So he's gonna come up here.
We got this.
Natural 1.
We got this.
Bandit just trips over himself and falls in
All
front of us.
right, back up.
Falls
to
into my
20.
sword, he
This
dies.
guy, he's gonna.
That guy hasn't gone yet. right?
Yeah,
Our god of
Or-
competition is not going to feel great about this. This
I think
does
the
not
first
seem
guy
like
was
a fair
there.
fight.
They've all gone. Yes,
First guy
is
is
the same.
smash symbol.
So next is
Illume.
Illume.
Whoa.
I'm doing my best to associate people with character names.
We'll get there.
This you guy. Your guy.
Oh, yeah. No, this is
Nope. Yeah, he's golden.
That's just a bandit guy.
That's
Is
a
it- is
nasty
this-
looking
is that you?
bandit.
nasty looking
Okay.
bandit.
Mordred.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A worthy foe.
Yeah, we both
Yeah,
have
which are the
field
two
play.
big guys?
This guy and
You and Sense.
this guy.
Okay.
These
You
two
and
are
Sense.
nasty.
Okay.
How long does your sleep spell last?
No checks.
But and not concentration.
Jeez.
10 rounds. We got.
Yeah.
Unless someone hits them.
Yeah, somebody like slaps him or wakes him up.
That's what he was gonna do. He was gonna say he was gonna find the pulse and just like slap him, and that would have been his action. But he couldn't. He couldn't tell.
Not a good field medic.
Not the brightest.
What would that have been? A medicine check or what? What do you fail on?
Yeah, it would have just been a medicine check. It was probably like I'm making up PCs as I go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to go slash this guy with my longsword.
Go for it.
Skills would have been just like a intelligence or-
Hey, running that oust over there.
What was the plus to my 6? 16.
16 plus. Oh, that's right. He's just a walking mass of muscle.
Oh yeah, he's got points.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Divine Smite too.
All right, do it.
It's bad. This is a big bad guy.
Not for long.
First longsword D8 is
Whoa, 7.
7 plus 6, so
13.
Plus, no, it should be plus 4. It doesn't do proficiency bonus unless you have something.
no, I have plus 2 also for my
dueling.
my dueling.
Blows my mind.
Okay. And then Divine Smite is 3 and 2, so another 5 on top of that. 17 total.
17. All right, good damage. Give me a spell slot, please. All right. Next up is
How does that guy look after I just smited him?
he looks hurt. He
That's
looks
pretty strong.
looks
Finally, worthy foe.
Got a gash.
Amazing.
Next up is
How much did you do?
17.
And he just looks hurt.
He looks hurt.
He looks hurt.
Good thing you didn't try to put him to sleep.
Well,
But
you
I did.
can't because it goes for the
No,
guys with the
I
lowest
know.
HP first.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he would have soaked up a lot of that.
So then it's
Uric.
Uric. Working
Alright.
on it.
So that guy looks hurt.
Yes.
Whatever. All right. 5, 10,
Mm-hmm.
20,
Mm-hmm.
25.
Mhm.
So plus 5 is how you
Yep.
do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to attack with my, main hand, short sword, which is special. Woo! Okay. So 23 to hit. 6 damage. And then I'm going to attack with my offhand short sword. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Hit that shit.
So roll 1d6 and double it, or roll 2d6.
You can do whichever you feel like.
2 sounds like
Can he
more
choose
fun.
after he rolled it?
Yeah.
Oh,
14.
yeah.
Sweet.
14 damage. Oh yeah, he's down. That
Man.
was a nasty hit.
Oh, I
Boy.
guess I'm left-handed.
The things you learn as a new recruit.
Okay, there's you next.
I actually
is
switched swords, and I'm not holding
this
the one
guy
I like.
sleeping. This guy's up. He's doesn't like that you took down one of his higher ups in the bandit camp.
Bandit
So quick.
hierarchy.
So he's gonna attack you. That's gonna hit. That's 17 plus numbers.
Well, what numbers?
Yeah.
And wait, this
Oh.
is a regular-looking guy, or what?
This is
Yeah.
a
The only
regular-
Regular,
over
okay.
here.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just gonna take the hit then. But in general, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah, so he rolls a 17 plus 3, 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so then that's each. That's 5 damage.
Hey, he just burned through my false life.
All right. So next up is
What? So he shot me.
Morden.
Your
Kinda
blade,
feel
do
like
your
we
blades
got
or you
this.
go first?
They go. He has to choose to make an attack with it.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah, so it goes when he feels
I
like.
had a question about
Yes.
that. Can I flank someone with a floating
No.
sword? Damn.
Can't it be your own battle?
Nope.
Ridiculous.
It's still pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's
It's
a bonus
pretty
action. It's basically
ridiculous.
just an extra ally
On its
floating around the field.
concentration.
I don't feel like I need to waste any more spell slots. I kind of feel like we've got this. So I'm just gonna attack the dog with my warhammer because
Okay,
damn pack tactics.
go for it.
It's a
This is your melee warhammer attack.
yeah. 20.
Hits.
Wow.
And that's a D8. No, that's a 7, not a 1. Plus 3. 10 damage to the dog.
Dead.
And then
More
so
dogs.
bonus action, my hammer's gonna float over here and attack the heavy.
Go for it.
And that's only a 15.
That hits.
Nice. And that's a 7 damage.
All right. Next is Seth.
All right, I'll run over to the closest bad guy.
Okay. 5 and
Yeah, I feel like
yeah, you can get there.
Okay, and I'm going to try and hit him with my short sword.
Go for it.
That's a 17.
Yep.
7 damage.
Dead.
And then I'd like to bring out my dagger and try and jab him with it right in the gut.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
I mean, you can still do that.
My bad. Oh, look at him. Well, then I'll whip out my dagger, and that other one who's standing kind of alone, I'm going to toss my dagger at him.
The awake one, I assume.
That's a 20-foot without disadvantage for dagger.
Oh, you're right. I'll scoot closer if I have any movement.
Which one?
Yeah,
Right here.
I'll
I don't
say
have
you
to
can
double.
get. I'll say you can get close enough to not have disadvantage on this.
Thank you. You're very generous, DM. It doesn't matter, though, because I only rolled like an 8.
Bugger just flies by and runs into a tree.
All right,
Just
next
sticking out the
up
tree.
is
Oh, that's what those are for.
sorry.
They're
Riven.
on.
All right. Seeing that we have this pretty much in hand, I think I'm going to try to take out this guy here and cast a firebolt.
Okay, that's 120 range. You're definitely fine. Nope.
For 12?
You have to make an attack roll on that?
That is
Or is it like a
a
save?
no.
It's a ranged attack.
Firebolt is a ranged attack.
Oh,
That
okay.
is a bandit. I think it's still.
Oh, wait. 8? No, that's...
5 seems
Should be
reasonable.
your
Three
spellcasting plus your
plus-
proficiency.
3 charisma plus 2.
That should be 5.
7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Just hits.
All right, so we have 1d10.
4
4
damage. He is not looking happy, but he's still standing.
You should have
Anything
used this. See?
Was that 9?
9.
Anything else you would like to do?
I like that.
2.
Well,
I'm going to save my sorcery.
pretty.
And
Oh, 10.
my
That was like
action.
0. Wait.
Next up is this
Natural
guy.
0.
He is
Dead.
mad. He doesn't get advantage because he has no friends next to him, but he gets one.
He's all
friends
alone.
are-
Bring it. I've been waiting for someone to hit me because I forgot about this ability the entire last
Alright.
game.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Is there something that activates now?
Yep.
What happens?
Use Wrath of the Star. I don't know if I take damage first. It just
actually,
says
yeah,
on
I'll
reaction to hit.
Yeah, so
So-
I'll do damage first. That is
It's kind of nice having it all printed out.
1d6,
You just have
It
to
took
print a new
for
one.
fucking ever. These are all individual text markup boxes that I then positioned by hand.
3 bludgeoning damage.
3.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I found a PDF.
Ouch.
That let you do that.
Now I'm mad.
I still wrote it.
Alright,
I'll make it
Use the
in.
Wrath of the Storm and strike him with lightning.
What is that? Is that a?
It's a reaction. I get my wisdom modifier, number of uses per long rest. Actually, it might be short rest. I'll look that up later.
It's not supposed
I
to.
have 4 of them. 5-foot range on hit, 2d8 lightning damage with a dex save for half.
All right. So we're just gonna
wrong?
make a dex
Are you
save.
your Tempest domain?
Yes.
Oh,
And that's like their first thing they get.
that's a 13 on a save.
What's that? Oh, my spell save DC is 14.
Oh, he fails. All right, he takes full damage.
13 lightning damage.
Ouchies.
Wow, that's pretty
Damn.
nice.
Powerful.
Like, what's your wisdom? 3?
He's gonna make another attack at you.
I actually got 4. I mean,
4?
I rolled.
That's
I
a
got.
miss.
I got
Jeez.
2 6s and a 5.
All right.
Wow.
Next up is.
No, I got 3 6s. I got 3 6s and a 5 on that
Next
one
up
roll.
is him.
And I got +1 for human stuff.
He's going to attack. Yeah, he's gonna try and hit the rogue.
I also have a channel divinity that I can use once per long rest. That lets me just do max lightning damage if I'm doing lightning damage instead of rolling.
19 to hit you, Seth.
What else? What other lightning damage stuff?
Good.
I've got lightning or thunder. I've got a thunder damage. 3d8
For
in a 10-foot
3
radius.
Holy
3
cow.
slashing
Is that-
damage.
All right.
Or actually,
Would that hurt
piercing.
your friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we're back up to the top. He's sleepy sleeps.
So when you say, "Hey,
Um,
back up," we should all just
And
back
then
up.
Illume, it's your turn.
I've got one
What I'm
nuke.
here.
If they're standing close enough together.
I'm going to attack that guy.
Go
with my
for it.
long sword.
That's gonna miss.
10.
Yeah.
And I
It was actually close.
I just slash my sword and it just misses.
Yeah.
Glances off his arm.
Bonus actions.
Bonus actions sound fun.
I
You
did
should
a
get plenty of
dodge bolt
spells
action.
eventually.
That's
right?
not a bonus
No,
action.
no,
It's
yeah.
a full action. Only rogues can do that as a bonus
Gotcha.
action.
No,
All right, that's your turn. Now it is. Hello,
Uric.
Uric. I keep wanting to call you Oust for some reason.
This house is awesome.
You're gonna murder this man.
Is he hurt already?
Yes.
Fireball?
He was
He
not
is-
looking good after
he
you hit
is
him with a
not
fireball.
happy.
Oh yes, that's
He's all
you hit.
singed.
Okay. All right, I
Come
am
on, Brookie,
attacking
you got this.
now with my left hand because this one's a sword that's like glowing.
So you like did
So
a
yeah, okay.
Found out he's been playing it all this
17.
Hits and he's dead.
All right, this was a good idea.
All right, next up is a sleeper. Next up is Morden.
Okay.
Just so you know, I'd like to get 3 more magic stones with my bonus action. It's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna keep hitting things with my warhammer.
Cool.
Working out.
Yeah,
Like,
I will let you, if you want to, get into a flanking position for a plus
Hey.
5.
okay, I mean, I just rolled a 13. But yeah, sure.
That'll hit.
Slow down.
Roll damage.
I need to put down my modifiers on all these to keep having to double check. 10.
10 damage.
to the warhammer.
Ooh. He's still up. I think he's still
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
He's not looking happy.
Well, he's about to get attacked with a
All right,
floating
make your
magic
attack.
sword thing.
Do we want to keep any of these alive?
We got 3 asleep. I mean, we can murder them at our
This is-
leisure.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Let's
right.
get rid of the nasty looking
Give
guy.
one of them to Illume, and then we can question.
Satisfy his bloodlust.
That was a natural 19, so it's like a
Yeah.
25.
What's your modifier?
6.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, sorry. No, my attack modifier is 4.
Yeah,
But
he's dead.
So 10.
Didn't even need to roll for it. He is
There we go.
out. All
So we
right.
got some sleepers over here.
So yeah,
I'll just like surround.
battle is essentially concluded.
That was what I wanted to have happen the entire last game. That was so
Well, good.
satisfying.
I threw 10 guys at you guys, and you just decimated them. All right, now what would you guys like to do? You got about 40 seconds until these guys start waking up.
I
I'm gonna
assume
cast
Balloon is going to
Life on
stab
myself,
one of
yeah,
them to death.
in case.
I want to walk up to one that's further from everybody else, and I'm just going to try and take the guy down.
Stab.
So which one? Okay, I'm gonna run to the other one and try to keep him alive. Wait, guys!
Take a stab action.
Put 'em out to the
Make
group.
an attack roll with advantage.
Just missing that stab.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait,
Mike and a
roll
twenty.
again.
Yeah,
You
Mike
might
and a
crit.
22, Evan. Or, no,
Oh,
Seth.
I'm not attacking. Yeah.
You guys are.
Oust, you're attacking
That
too?
was a 25.
Roll
I
damage.
rolled a 10. That's awful.
With
But you have
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah, 3 and a 5 plus 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that misses.
3 plus 6.
You managed to
9
miss the
damage.
guy
Yeah.
asleep.
All right, well, I got 6 more seconds. I'm going to try again.
All
Balloon
right.
seems satisfied and just sits on the ground. And
Well,
starts
you have
resting.
your bonus action too, so roll your bonus action.
Blood.
Okay. With advantage, I guess?
Yeah.
More blood for the blood god.
Okay, 17.
Hits.
It's searching the body in front of me as you guys are attacking.
We'll get there.
10 damage.
I'm doing sparring
dead.
practice with my floaty and glowy sword thing.
Are you keeping yours alive?
Well, I'm gonna time up. I figure we can ask more questions. Do we care? Yeah. Yeah.
I got.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna sit
we're
back and
sure.
watch. Asking them questions last time didn't seem terribly useful. I'm just gonna let this happen.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, too. I don't mind letting you have a stab at it. But hopefully you'll take a stab at it.
Starts fighting.
I'll let you have a chance to talk to this man.
Okay. All right. Can I attempt to time up just in case, or can I just do that?
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
I'll take the roll and look out.
Sleight of hand check.
On who? Him?
So +2. 7.
All right. You tie
Don't
him
you have
up.
pretty
All
good
right.
dexterity modifier?
I got him tied up.
Can we tell what race he is?
He looks to be a human.
All right. I slap him a little, wake him up.
All right. He
Quick.
wakes up and immediately
Breaks your nose.
breaks free, and he's like, "Ah, what do you?" And he starts looking around and sees that all of his comrades are dead. He went unconscious, came to, and everybody's on the ground. He is scared.
Okay.
So
All right, I say easy. We don't want to hurt you. We just want some information.
We're obviously very able to, mind you. No, we don't want to.
I don't think I believe you. But what do you want? What do you want with me?
Where is your camp?
That way.
Insight check?
Sure.
Inside check, yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna wander over here and just sort of make some passive
Do we
insight checks
believe
to everything they
this
say.
Do you have, what's your wisdom? Or can we both roll?
Andrew, I'd like to kind of be a lookout at this point.
Woo, 19.
9.
He looks on the verge of pissing himself and he wants to live.
How many of you are there? Yeah.
I don't know if I believe this guy. Roll a 9.
You can't read people at all.
I didn't roll as well.
Well-
DC was quite low.
Assuming you guys are the people who have been taking out our scouting parties, you've cleared out most of the camp. The leader's still in there, and we've got a couple others holding
Who?
down the fort.
Insight check.
Oh,
Who?
sorry. Got a couple others. I was thinking prisoners. Do you have any prisoners?
Yeah, you don't have any reason to believe that he's telling you anything but the truth.
How many prisoners do you have in this camp?
There's one prisoner in there right now.
Does he look like that?
No,
What does he look like?
he's an elf.
Oh, that's
We
bad.
captured him a few days ago.
Have you
We're
had
trying
any,
to find someone for ransom.
Insight check.
Have you had any prisoners in the last week
21.
that you've sold off?
Yeah, we had one other.
Was he a human?
Yes.
About my height?
Did
Yeah,
he look like that?
Did he look like
was a
me? Or
member-
maybe a little younger.
He told. We found out he was a member of the resistance.
Who'd you sell him to?
I don't know. I wasn't part of that transaction.
Where'd you take him from?
Yeah, the town wasn't. We weren't keeping up with their taxes, so we went in and we made an example of some of the residents.
Did you go with the group that went and made an example?
No,
Can
Insight
I?
check.
he's lying.
And bad at it.
Okay.
At this point, I mean, I'm listening in. I'd like to ask him, how can we find the man that you sold?
I don't know. I don't know who he was sold to. He just
Does the boss know?
he should.
What's the boss's name?
His name is Reese.
Reese. What a scumbag.
What race is his boss?
He's human.
I mean, I'd like to walk over to Morden and kind of gesture him, ask him to come to the side so he and I can whisper.
Okay.
Morden, this is awful. There's a chance our camp could be exposed. I mean, I don't think we have time to wait and question this man much longer. We know where the camp is. Time is of the essence. We have to find him.
I agree. It's like we may already have cleared out most of the camp. He seems too scared to lie effectively. I say we go for it. We find this man Reese and we force him to tell us who they sold Jorah to. It certainly sounds like.
I agree, and I think we need to do it now.
I agree.
Okay.
Let's wrap this up, boys. I think it's time to go.
Illum?
Yeah, I'm gonna leaving.
Yeah, I'd like to turn my back and start advancing through the forest.
And I walk away.
He gets the sense that you're about to do something that he's not excited about. He says, "Wait! If you keep me alive, you could use me as a bargaining chip. I mean, I'm more used to you alive than dead.
Oh, so?
You can trade me for the prisoner that they have in camp.
We can kill everybody and take
Cut
the
this off the
prisoner
room.
for free.
I don't know if we really care about this prisoner either. He's some random elf.
Human.
The prisoner was an elf
You said it was
in camp.
Oh yes, the prisoner.
The
was-
prisoner.
Alice would like to say there's too much talking, and he's going to walk up and try and stab the guy.
All right. Roll
Natural
for it.
20.
He's dead.
Can I roll damage?
What?
If you feel like you
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. So
Interested among bodies.
Let's take a
so
I guess loot the body.
Rummaging
I would
through.
like you all to make perception checks. Investigation, actually.
Investigation.
You know, perception sounds better.
16.
11.
15. All right.
8.
3.
All right. You, among these groups of bandits, you find about 20 gold pieces and 1 platinum piece.
As the
total.
guy who found the 15, I'm pretty sure, had the 15. I'm pretty sure I found the platinum.
I had a 16.
What?
Hey guys, I found a gold.
Oh, Alice remembers that he threw a dagger, and he'd like to trot over a little ways and retrieve it.
Actually holding on one of the magic rocks that was thrown earlier.
Found a gold.
I'm going to suggest we save time to stuff the gold into a bag and distribute it later.
Sure, I hold it
How
in
much
my
we
bag.
20 gold and 1 platinum. They also have.
I'm just writing it down. It can be in your bag.
Okay, all
I
right.
say we don't give it to the new recruit. To be honest, let's leave it with the seasoned,
Yeah, we should donate it back to the resistance.
with our resistance leader right now.
coming from a new recruit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
All right, so short rest, real quick. Just gonna
Scumbag.
heal up some.
You
I don't
guys
think
do
I
whatever you want. I'm prime of my life right here.
No,
I don't know. There's not enough time.
a short rest.
Oh,
I don't know. You
Does-
guys,
does
you
anyone-
just stabbed this guy because we didn't have time to let him finish his sentence. So I
Fair
kind of
enough.
feel like we're.
Can you lay on hands yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that, or want me to use a spell slot and do some healing on you?
did you get your lay on hands back after your short rest?
No,
No long rest.
You can use a hit die.
no.
Short rest.
Well, yeah,
Not
if
if
you-
we take the time
if you
for
take
short
an hour
rest.
and sit around.
Maybe we should have asked him how long ago they sold the prisoner. Did he mention that?
No,
He
the company
said
said within the last week.
Yeah,
2 days ago.
within the last week.
So I guess
I was
probably
asked
half
if there
an
was any
hour.
prisoners within the last week. He said, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose half an hour probably isn't going to make much of a difference at this point. But it's still like early in the morning. This didn't take that long, right?
Yeah.
I rely on hands myself. 7 hit points.
While they do that, can I try to climb that tree and do another kind of scouting thing in the
Sure.
general direction?
Athletics check.
Whoever.
27 was needed, so I'll just
7. I fall out of this.
You don't even make it up the tree.
Yeah, I think you're right, Riven. I think it's a little more experience.
Can I try again since we have an hour?
We're not taking.
You're
a
not
rest.
taking a short rest.
Oh, you're not? You?
Nope.
Oh, you
He
had
just
changed your
used,
mind?
he used his spell to heal
Oh,
himself.
okay.
I'm not.
Never mind.
So we're pushing
So-
forward.
Do we?
Let's press on.
Fuck it, I'm gonna make a survival check to follow the trail of these
Go
guys.
ahead.
If they came from the same direction as the guy pointed that the camp was.
I will give you advantage on this because he gave you correct directions with where you're headed.
2 1. We didn't go that way.
18 plus 4.
Yeah, you're no issue.
So
You're still in trap central, so I would like 2 more
Dog me for traps.
perception
Traps.
checks as you travel.
what was it in?
I was up here looking for traps with me.
That's right.
Last time you said we had
I wasn't in the front
this time.
doing the. Okay.
That's how it was before.
Oh, you were in
Except
that.
you guys got these mixed up.
I was in the middle.
Oh
This
my
is
god.
me.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, stop, please,
Getting
stop.
information.
I'm tracking. Oust is checking for traps, just like before.
It's been like 20 minutes just running around each other, figuring out our
We're
position.
just running in circles into the traps, doing musical chairs with the group.
What did you want me to roll?
For traps,
Perception.
You want to make
18.
it social again?
Jordan.
Yeah, okay. Not an issue. You are finding all of the traps.
yeah.
Every single one of them.
So we head into the camp at speed. We're going after these guys, right?
Yeah.
Anyone a problem with
We're
that?
charging in. We have no idea the numbers.
You do not want no stealth checks. You're just
They said the guy said we almost cleared out the camp.
Oh, so he
and
said that we almost, yeah, but so how many have we killed total? Like, there were the
16.
2, yeah.
Well, that's
do
including
we
their
want
dogs.
to face all of
We've
do we
killed
wanna
11 so
face-
far, plus the 3 dogs.
Okay, so let's say they have 11 more. Or do we want to just jump in there? I mean, the answer can be yes. I'm saying that's the number we're talking-ish about, right?
I suppose we should probably try to be stealthy.
We should
We
scout
might
ahead.
get the drop on them, even though we know there's not very many of them.
So we should keep an eye out ahead to see if we can spot the bandit camp before we get there. They
Yeah.
shouldn't know we're coming.
We could
Right.
also, like,
But-
I mean, so if what we're worried about is,
Stealth
oh,
checks
so
don't
they sold
necessarily
their
slow us down, right?
Hmm?
Trying to be stealthy doesn't necessarily slow us down yet, right?
I mean,
We got the same
it
speed.
would technically, yes, it would
No,
slow
it
you
does.
down. When you stealth, your movement is halved. When you're just regular traveling, not trying to hide around or anything, you're moving at regular speed. And then if you're running, you have disadvantage on your stealth checks.
With me being a little bit better than them, and Oust kind of feeling a little bit of, he wants to if he can, get in there and get a drop on these guys before they realize that their scouts are not returning. Can I stealthily, since I'm faster, make my way ahead of the group in stealth and scout ahead?
You realize you're not tracking, so either make a survival roll along with that, or
it seems, I mean, Yeah.
Let's just say I see you try to be stealthy, so I give it a shot and
Okay.
try to be as quiet as I can too.
So everybody makes stealth checks.
Best idea.
16.
Oh, maybe 14. That's not too bad.
7.
14.
Apparently, learned how to be stealthy.
I didn't try very hard.
I actually figured out how to dodge trees this time.
I had that down last time, and now I just can't seem to get it again.
You're too excited from the battle.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah. He said there were very many of them. We handled that like a boss. I'm just ready for this. Let's do it again.
Yeah, but those most recent ones were a little more, B string or whatever than the first couple we ran into.
Yeah. You know.
So check out their elite scouting party.
That is the hope.
It's not nighttime anymore. That gives us some help.
Maybe you guys. It's not nighttime. How can you tell?
All right. So
He's blind. That explains so much.
as you guys travel for another couple hours, because you are being stealthy,
Why are you guys moving so slow? I can move stealthily at normal pace.
the trees start thinning out, and it looks like you are approaching a clearing of sorts. You see 4 white tents in the distance. You see a column of smoke rising from the center, and you do not hear any sounds of alarm right now.
Do we? So wait, like how far do we? Well, we don't see anyone like moving around. We can just kind of make out tents in the distance.
Yeah, I'll say you're coming. You're at the cusp of the trees, and you're seeing through a few more trees in the distance. There appears to be a camp.
Okay. Let's slow down. I'd like to, if I can, roll perception to see if there seems to be a way to approach the camp. It sounds like you're describing a clearing.
Yeah.
If there's a way to approach the camp from somewhere closer and wooded that we might be able to get close to the camp for, and not have to cross the clearing.
Yeah. So make me a stealth check. Are you like going around the clearing and just seeing, basically scouting how close like the tree line is to the sides of this camp?
Pretty much.
Make another stealth check.
14.
Okay. So looking around, you go, you're going around the sides of the, keeping in the clearing, in the tree line, and trying not to go too far away from the party. But you see that there is one side of this encampment that is closer to trees, and so you identify that as a possible better location of approach.
Okay, I come back to the group. Then I'd say it seems like there's an outcropping of trees about like a third of the way around the camp. That it may be close enough to the camp we could sneak into the outcropping before going to the camp.
All right, lead the way.
All right, I do so.
Another stealth check from everybody.
19.
Wow,
17.
15.
3. I trip over my
13.
feet, smash into a tree.
15.
All right. So you all successfully get to this part of the clearing. It looks like you are roughly 60 feet away from the first tent.
So at this point, can we see anything new?
Yeah. So make a perception check.
Everybody? Just him.
Yeah, him. He's kind of
He's
doing
on
the
point.
scouting work right now.
Shoot, 11.
All right. Currently, you don't see anybody.
Okay.
They could be in the tents. Or they could be obscured by the tents. They could be invisible. You just don't know.
Right. Well, then, as quietly as I can, I'd like to say to the group that I can't see anyone from here.
Maybe you should climb a tree.
Maybe one of us can sneak up and slash into one of the tents and try to sneak in.
I say we get closer and see if we can get the drop on them. If they just sent out a scouting party, they may not be expecting that.
It's only 60 feet. We could separate the party by a small amount without putting too many of us in jeopardy. We could fan out, or we could come in stages. The quietest of us make an entry first.
I suppose that makes sense.
Okay.
So Illum and I will hang back here.
I think it makes sense also, Riven. Riven, you stay with Illum and Morden. Yurik and I can try and make our way a little bit closer.
Well, 60 feet, that'd be one turn at sprinting, so that's
It's really not a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Sprinting, it is hard to be stealthy if you're sprinting.
Yeah,
I
they'd
figured
only
we'd
have to do
sprint
that
in
if-
once they start battle, so 60
Oh,
feet would be
I see.
one turn away at dash. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get discovered.
Yeah, and that's if, battle starts. I mean, they could rush towards us, and then they're even closer.
Is there a campfire in the middle?
Yeah, there is a fire going. That's where you saw a calm smoke.
It's, okay.
I think I can make a distraction. I can do something with the flame to maybe draw their attention to the fire, so they don't notice us sneaking up.
That may give us all a moment to sneak in.
To the flames. I need to get a little bit. I need to get closer.
Might also just alert them that there's someone here.
How close do you need to be?
60 feet.
Okay. How far away does the campfire seem like it is?
It's another 30 feet in the middle of all of the tents.
It's about 90 feet from us total.
So yeah, roughly.
Is it like a grassy area, like tall grass?
You
Like, could we
make an
like, could we go-
investigation check, or sorry, perception from here. This is,
Yeah, Rocket's grass.
14?
you see from this distance, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that the grass that is in the center of the camp is not as tall as like the outskirts of the camp.
So I'm thinking if we army crawl, we could avoid anybody seeing us before we get close
It's
enough.
not that tall.
Not that tall.
Of grass. It's not like
I
don't think that'll work.
It's not like knee high grass.
Everyone lay down.
Alright.
It's harder to see people on the ground.
So I mean, they don't know how many of us there are, right? Has anyone
We killed everyone they sent to us.
Right. So
No, you haven't.
is that,
You're right.
First
the
couple.
first party
First
all
two.
got away.
well,
No,
they only
all
saw
but
there
two
were
of them got
us.
away.
They're tied out. They're dead. Their work's took.
Right, but
Yeah.
there were 5 in that first group, so some of them got back.
And I mean, let's face it, we were asleep whenever the 6 baddies found us. There could have been 7 of them, and then one went to report back to camp,
There's only 4 that we fought that day.
or whatever it
And
was.
From what you remember, when you met those 5 scouts at night, rather, actually, it was in the day. When you met those 5 scouts, you had 2 people
Right. It was
ahead
awesome.
doing the up scouting, so you know that they could
Oust made
think that
so
there's
much
at least
noise.
Right.
Jeez.
Well, I'd say we let the stealthiest of us go ahead and see if they can get the drop on them, and the rest of us will charge in afterwards.
So go
That
up
distraction may still come in handy if we get in a
Let's see if you can see what's in there.
there. What I'd like to do, so maybe we can go and peek in one tent. If that tent happens to, if we can do it without it being seen, and that tent happens to not be the one that the captive is in, maybe we can have Jorah's brother light the tent on fire. I don't know if that works.
Wear a name tag. and stuff. Oh, my name is.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rosebud.
Okay.
As soon as we rescue this NPC, we're
Yeah.
replacing you. He was
All right, so should we,
He acts on himself.
Whoever you are. Yeah.
shall we go?
Do it.
Are we doing just 2 or all?
2.
I think
Okay.
it's just the 2 of us.
Good.
So I'm keeping my temporary hit points from what I last time.
Yeah, you can roll again.
I'd love to do that because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so you got hit and those went down.
Yeah, and then
So
I rolled
he
again
rolled again.
afterwards
Oh.
when they were still sleeping. I protected myself.
Oh, then
just in case.
you keep that.
Okay.
But in the future, I would recommend. Well, I guess you didn't know if you were doing more fighting in
Right.
that scenario.
Right.
But yeah, in the future, typically keep those for like the starting of the encounter, so that you don't have to keep track of that all the time.
Oh, I mean, it was quite a number
And
there.
it's up to you.
So stealth thing.
Yeah.
Oust. Which
Oust.
what's the oust?
So
I like oust. I don't care if it's the fast is what y'all say. It doesn't bother me.
Oust and Uric are attempting to stealth closer to the camp. Correct?
21.
Yes. Maybe I'll let him lead with my 12. Hey, that's above average stealth.
Yeah.
Not by a lot, but it's something.
They might all roll below average.
You too.
Also, I'd like to have magic stones before I head in there. If I can prep that, lasts for a minute.
Yeah. Make a sleight of hand check with advantage for keeping the utterances quiet.
Oh, that's right. I assume it's verbal.
I assume. I don't know.
I'll make sure, because if not, I'd love to not end up coughing while I.
Scream out.
Just my stones.
Rocks! Next on, yeah, verbal, somatic.
Yeah, I'll make it with advantage because you are still far from the
Okay.
camp.
Okay, that was a 10.
I heard that.
I
So
mean,
you guys
this
are
would have
creeping
been
forward,
like
right?
while in the trees and everything. But yes,
You should have picked a DC before he asked you to roll. He's trying to decide if you failed now.
yeah, I know.
I really think it should be a fail, and I'm trying to figure how to.
So I mean, if we were all talking in the forest and that was fine, why would saying magic words in the forest be a problem?
for fun.
Okay. For who exactly?
Let's say it wasn't even a spell. You just found a really good rock and you picked it up like, ooh.
No, it's fine. All right. So you cast your spell. You have rocks in your hand, and you make it up to the first tent. You don't hear anything.
Still don't hear anything. You wanna peek under the tent flap? See.
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
He doesn't
Yeah.
understand how to make a set flap.
Woo! Natural 20.
21.
So yeah, you guys.
This is
So just getting closer to the tent, you can smell that like there's probably a pot of food like cooking on over the fire. It's still relatively early morning. They're probably setting up some breakfast. But that's about all you get for now.
So we didn't actually look in the tent.
Would you like to attempt to lift up a tent flap and from the back and
Yeah, that is what I said before I rolled my natural 20.
He did take look in the tent flap.
I was saying a perception check for that information that I was giving you. I didn't hear that part.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But so yeah, I should describe the tent now as something that I should do. So as you get up to the tent, you see that this camp doesn't look like it is designed in such a fashion for like quick moving and setting up in other locations. It seems like it is a, as permanent of a settlement as could be for, a bandit camp.
Okay.
These tents are staked down quite well. The tent flaps are taut. It would not be very possible to lift up a part of the tent to look under it, as it is well staked down into the ground.
They're magic tents.
Picture like small versions of like circus tents where it's taut cloth all the way down.
I mean, I have an idea.
How big are
At
the
this
tents?
point, at this point, does it seem like with these tents being somewhat larger and things that we could kind of hide behind the tent? No one can see us because the tent's in the way, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, we could use these tents like cover, like hide next to them, and then summon the rest of the group that way. If the rest of the group gets noticed, we're still hidden.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd like, if I can, I'd like to kind of gesture to Urek that we crouch down low. That's a big tent.
What? Oh, you
Like
mean
size?
Oh,
wise.
yeah. So yeah, it looks it's a little smaller than that.
A little smaller.
So you have 4 tents and they look like okay. Yes, that's closer.
Okay.
So you have 4 of those.
Okay, well then I'd like to look towards Urek and then motion that we hunker down behind this tent, and then kind of turn around to face the group and wave them towards us.
Okay. We're standing
All right.
watching, so I assume we see this. Right?
Yeah, we see him wave
So-
and I start.
So
forward.
before you do that, I will let you do what you were kind of trying to do before, which was probably like look around the tent and see if you see anybody. But
Oh, I thought that's what you were giving with us with the perception check, but okay.
the perception was just like I was giving you a setting of like what the state of the camp was right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Make one more perception check for looking around for guys.
20.
18.
All right.
Or, yeah, 18.
So looking around the corner and with your stealth checks, you're pretty fine. You see someone who comes out of the tent furthest from you and starts walking towards the fire. Looks like he's checking up on breakfast. He walks over there, does some stirring, and goes back. There are people in this camp, but you have killed a lot of bandits. So the amount of people that these tents are all probably pretty empty at this point from what they used to hold.
Well, then I guess I'd like to keep what we said we'd do. You know, as this guy goes back into his tent, now's the time where I'd like to kind of, turn back against the tent and we hunker down and I wave towards the rest of the group. Because the one guy we've seen has now walked away from the campfire, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And back into his tent, yeah.
In their
We're
different direction
sneaking.
of the camp.
Yes.
Stealth check.
Oh,
18.
Come on, man. Why do you have to have that disadvantage?
I got a 15.
I did the same thing.
We don't try to sneak towards the camp. We just
There we go!
He waved to us, and we're just like,
I'll say
done.
it
Let's
again.
do this, Leroy.
They must be dying.
So now we will be putting some. I'll be drawing some
Rolling
things.
initiative.
I don't know what I'm trying to do here.
We start squealing.
I have another one of these if you want another tent.
I thought you're waving that. You meant you're in trouble.
60 feet. So this will be.
Fire. Oh.
So you guys are here.
I broke the sword earlier today.
Oh,
But now it's like broke.
did I do that?
No, I mean it was on its last legs. Oh, that's what I just moved.
Broke off the tip of the sword, I guess.
It's
Oh,
all right.
Let's-
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's about to cut us out.
And
The new recruits a trainer.
this is another
Wow.
and you have fire
Aren't you? You're a new recruit also, aren't you?
there.
Were they like a
I
day
think-
before? Or
He
something?
was like one of the
I was like a lower
guard or soldier.
Oh, okay.
You're new, and then Riven is
My backstory is
new
I
to the
like
group.
Yeah, how,
did like low level missions for them. This
how,
is my
how did
first
the-
bigger mission.
how did the Loom join the group? I missed that part.
They said he was just one of like the soldiers
Yeah.
in camp.
Okay, so
I was like a
you're already
guard
in the resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gone on a few missions,
My
but
town,
not
I was
all.
like a guarded mercenary on ships and stuff, and then I just started helping the resistance. I met up with them and started guarding their stuff.
And then he's a recruiter. He recruited you.
No, he was a bodyguard for one of the higher ups, I guess, in Lorne.
All right. So
and I asked to join.
as you guys are attempting, you get about here, stealthing up, and there's a lot of clanking. And you guys both hear rustling coming from this tent, and he calls out like, "Eric, is you guys back already?" And so he comes out
Yeah, we're back.
and he looks over
Persuasion check.
and he
Actually.
sees these armored fellas.
Friend, we found this armor. We killed him.
I feel like a natural one because I wasn't even trying to be stealthy. Like I misinterpreted the wave. That's why. Arg.
I attempt to persuade them that actually their friend is in new armor.
And then
Yeah, we stole their armors. Good stuff.
and he calls out. He says, "What? I think we're under attack." And then we're rolling initiative.
Oh my gosh.
We come in
I don't
peace.
have my-
Very quickly.
I rolled a
Weapons strong
4,
on.
so I'll be going
10.
last.
Man, all
I
right.
have an 8.
10.
What? You didn't know that? You just like hold up,
Okay.
fingers. I
7.
would assume we're all 4.
4.
Yeah.
Michael.
10.
13 for me.
Seth.
19.
And Keelan.
It was 6, 8.
So. All right.
Wants to come up.
I guess I really shouldn't do that because you wouldn't know what these are.
You can be our backup.
I mean, I'll heal things. Don't last for the healers.
We find a dog in the bandit camp and we tame him. He joins our party.
Yeah, I like that.
He's very dexterous.
If you need to bless people, that's a pretty handy concentration spell.
I have that too. It's one of mine.
It's good.
Yeah.
But yesterday everyone kept dying, so it was just straight healing. And this last battle, no one didn't really seem to need it at that point.
I'll take
Oh, he does.
double blessings, please. So I think that would be helpful.
I unfortunately looked it up. It does not stack.
Uh,
If someone like casts it at a higher level or something, you get the
That
bigger
was
bonus, but
supersede.
that's it.
sounds like a great competition for you guys to have.
H23. So
I was gonna say we
bless our whole
could
party.
hit everybody if we, yeah.
And your floating sword, we can bless.
It's a holy sword. I think it's safe to say it's.
Oh, it's blessed already.
But is there anything in the rules against blessing the holy sword? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same deity. It's not like conflicting.
All right, so all right. Now let me. This
According to this one random question answer, they said bless probably wouldn't work on a spiritual weapon. It's not really a summon; it's just a spell.
It's not a creature. You cannot
Nice.
bless the spiritual weapon.
We got the waste of everyone.
All right,
waste
so-
of
Top of the round is Oust. You hear clanking coming from behind you, and you hear a shout of, "I think we're under attack," and it is your go.
I have a mechanics question for you. So my character gets some bonuses if he can surprise creature
You
he's
have not
attacking.
surprised these creatures. Oh well, no. He is not aware of you.
Yeah, so I was just asking. The combat's starting, so I don't get a surprise round.
Yes,
But
I will.
If I were to delay my action, could I get a surprise attack on somebody?
Or would you have to?
I will give you surprise on this attack if you hit this guy. If you hit anybody here, because he's not aware. He just sees these three guys approaching, and he doesn't know you are there.
What I was wondering is, could I delay and still get the surprise?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then I'd like to do that.
So, but
I'm just going to I'm going to pull out my raise my short sword as though I'm ready to strike
okay.
and kind
So
of hold it up but pause.
this is I don't like the holding of turns of moving your entire initiative down lower. So I will let you use your.
There's another mechanic. Can I use my reaction on not my turn? Like, say I'm keeping my initiative order. Use my reaction to do what would be an action?
Yes, you may do
Okay.
that. That
I'd like
was
to do that.
what I was going to propose to you.
Oh,
what
awesome.
would you like to do? What
That's
would
what
you
I'd like to do. Just kind of raise my sword at the ready and pause.
what are you readying?
Oh, I'd like to ready strike. Well, I guess if you'd allow me to scoot around to the corner where it seems like these people may be coming from, I'd like to ready a short sword attack against anybody who steps foot into my view, like just adjacent to me.
Got it. Okay, you do that. That is your fine.
Thank you.
This guy's turn. He runs back. Actually, you guys are within range of him, so he's going to try and fire at you first. He pulls out a little light crossbow, and he's going to fire at maybe the guy who's not wearing any armor.
Dick
Um,
move.
I think that's you.
I think it's one try.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
I reach out and snatch it out of the air. I'm just kidding.
You're not a monk. You rolled an 8
His reaction
plus
slashes the air.
1, 9 damage from the
Right.
light crossbow bolt.
Ouch.
You rolled max damage. And he begins
Plummets
to
through Riven's
back
arm.
up. Next up is this guy. He sees a friend run past, and he's like, "What's going on?" And he comes out, and he sees people, and he has a range of 80, 320. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16. He will come there. And he's also going to make a crossbow shot, and it doesn't really matter who he targeted because that doesn't. Now it
Flies through
is
the tent.
Oust's turn after
Stabs
he.
down Leader in the
No,
face.
he'll just stay. Oust's turn.
I
Or,
thought
sorry,
Oust
no.
That's good.
Uric.
That's me. Okay. I see Oust kind of crouching around the corner and think, "Oh, I should run that way." Just kidding. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and can I cut into the side of this tent?
You would
Like,
make an attack roll.
Can you miss the
You cannot cut it deep enough.
There you go.
11, so 16.
Yeah, you'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ted is so strong.
Second time.
Why do you do that?
4, 7.
Yeah, so what are you using? A long
A short sword.
Yeah, so you cut through a piece of this cloth and you feel like you could fit through.
Okay. So can I kind of like see what's in there before I jump in?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't see any other people in there.
Okay.
It looks like this is lodging only.
Okay, but no one seems to be in there.
No one else looks to be in there.
Okay, so that was my action. It was what, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
This tent's empty.
And they are now aware.
Oh,
Good to know.
they're aware of me.
Yes.
Could have stealthily entered the tent and surprise
And
attack them.
this guy
From the
also
entrance.
sees his
It's not a road.
and
It's not a
yes,
thing.
come up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I would just go in there and charge out.
30.
And then
He's
I'm
going
where's this guy come
to,
from?
you guys are too far, so he's at disadvantage. He's gonna attack. He's gonna attack Morden. Oh man, that was a natural 20 and a natural 1.
So,
It's just yeah,
oh, he has disadvantage.
disadvantage because it's in his long range. of
Right.
the cross-
Yep.
Okay.
Not the 20. I
Yes.
like the way that works.
So he misses.
Dang it.
It's just right in your face, but pops in front of you.
Now it is
I say a small prayer.
Illum's turn.
I go there and I stab forward at the tent.
Okay, using your dagger.
The empty tent? Oh, you're going through the tent. All right.
Yeah, I'll use my dagger. So it's a little stealthy.
Okay. So you
I
heard
guess your hammer is not really good.
you heard there's
Sorry.
nothing in the tent,
I-
and you
yeah.
rush up to the tent and slice it open. So make an attack roll.
And you missed the tent.
11.
Yeah, you
Oh.
stab into it, and you just you're not
It
getting
has
the
a
pull.
higher AC than the
Dang it. That's right.
left. Using heavy
That's your action.
canvas.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Next up
I
is
plan of running through the tent. That works.
Riven.
All right. So are these
Should've used
three
my
the only ones that are aware?
Yeah.
That's right now.
Those are the only
You're
people you
aware
see.
that are
That
aware
we-
of
that
you.
we're seeing.
See here.
Oh, they can't attack me now, so that's good.
Your dice look cool. Can I see one?
So
Really cool.
I'm going to
Most-
cast
most
Chaos
Tempest
Bolt.
domain
Okay.
dice.
This guy right here.
What's the range on
yes.
It's 120 feet.
Yep, you're fine.
What is he doing this time?
Chaos Bolt.
Oh god.
Oh, heavens.
10 explodes.
Everyone dies.
Doug.
Yeah. So this is
We are a prisoner all die. We just don't get anything.
I've had
Do any of these look
used.
Yeah.
more
These
authoritative?
all look kind of the same.
Roll on the wild magic table.
Are you serious? Oh
Yeah, one.
shit! Is it the same table
Have
for ones
fun
and
standing
20s?
right next
It's
to
like
him,
a
Morden.
critical fail table.
No, it's the same
Same
thing.
No.
table. Okay.
I get my Tides of Chaos back.
We just don't know what's gonna happen.
Do any of these three look particularly?
48.
Oh, you don't want it to end in an 8, Keeler.
I thought it was going to
Um,
start with an 8.
A unicorn controlled by the DM appears in space within 5 feet of you, then disappears within 1 minute.
Yes.
So
Controlled by the DM.
Unicorn.
I cast my Chaos Bolt, but somehow it just doesn't come out of my hands. But instead, a giant unicorn explodes out and lands 10 feet from me.
That guy is just
Well,
full of
unicorns
surprises.
are like good creatures.
It is a lawful good creature.
Lawful good, you know?
Yay.
As long as we don't look like total dicks, then it's probably like anti-bandit.
And I'm
Let's see how this goes.
going to move away from the
It may also
unicorn because I've
be
never seen one before.
Vigilante.
That sounds fair.
One, I'm going to get out of these guys' line of sight. All right, so I'm at 20.
I'm just standing there going like, all right, nice unicorn.
The unicorn is a CR5 creature.
Let's hope that it's friendly.
Do they
a lawful
speak?
good.
Actually,
It's gotta be
I guess would that be an arcana, a nature? What do I know about unicorns?
Make a religion check.
Oh, okay.
Do we all make a religion check?
I will let the two religious people make religion
Unicorns are.
I have
They're
religion. I have
celestials.
religion proficiency.
Well, 3.
check. Then you make.
I had 13.
Yeah, I didn't actually take proficiency in religion. I'm not giving a shit about
Yeah,
anyone.
I don't have like anything extra.
That's fine. 13. You know them to be lawful good creatures, and they.
Does that mean that
You know that they are powerful beings.
Illum is screwed?
No,
Probably.
it's on the green side.
Yeah. The guy who likes to
Guys,
stab things a lot.
Yeah.
All the unicorns say is
I
they
think
just
this.
stab in the
I
top
think
of the
this
dagger.
unicorn's our friend.
The
Why did you
I don't think I ever
summon a
picked what
unicorn
language
if you
it was.
only think it's our friend?
Sometimes things happen. I can't quite explain it.
You hear in your mind, why have you summoned me?
To help us in battle, these are evil bandits.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, no!
8.
That's your go. It has legendary actions, people. Like this encounter is just
Man.
over now. This thing, oh my god! All right, we'll keep going.
You just see some of those.
Oh, I need to roll
actions.
initiative for it.
73, okay.
So we got to you. So he's going right.
The bandits just
there.
see this unicorn appear out of nowhere. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're like the wrath of the gods is upon us. And yeah, so that was your go.
Yeah.
Next is Bandit Captain. He gets to about there.
Sees the unicorn and says,
You
"Oh."
see a big guy. He looks like he's been juicing. Big guy comes over and says, "Well, these are the guys that have been killing all of my men." And he sees the unicorn
You didn't say anything about a unicorn.
and he says, "You go get the prisoner." And what does he have? I don't think he's very rangy. No. And he no, he only got there. He's gonna bonus action to get up here action to get up there. Dash. It's the dash action to get up there. Yeah, so that's his turn. Now it is Morden's turn.
I'm picking what languages I knew for a while ago because I forgot to ever pick those or write that down. I'm saying
And I
common
just
and
so
elvish.
happen to know unicorn.
Just
Probably celestial.
celestial is what I would bet.
It spoke common to me.
In your head.
Yes, it spoke common to you, but no one knows that it spoke yet. Except for
Unicorns don't know common.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, this looks like an opportune moment. I kind of nod to the unicorn as I walk by. 15. And this big bad looks like he's got more than, say, 24 hit points, right? Probably.
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
He looks mean.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume so. I see all these bandits clustered together, and I'm feeling pretty confident from our last fight, so I'm just not gonna waste any time. Yeah, this sounds like fun. I'm gonna cast Shatter. Right there.
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Okay, yep. Mhm.
That should hit all of them, right?
Yep. Is it a dex save?
Constitution save. And I'm going to channel the divine wrath of Cord.
Max damage?
And I'm not rolling on this sucker.
Oh, it's not even.
Max damage. So
24
once a
or
day-
12.
Once a day, he can make his Thunder's abilities do maximum damage.
Wow.
Massive peal of thunder
What's your DC?
explodes out.
14?
Spell saves 14. Yep. And their constitution.
Oh, and
And
so
they
yeah,
take half damage.
these
on
are all dead.
that. Holy shit.
Can I have your spell?
Yes.
See the unicorn.
I'm just like, sup, unicorn? Watch this. Bam.
The unicorn looks angry.
How
They were totes evil.
How much damage to the captain?
24 if you failed to save.
So 14. 12.
12 if he made the 14 constitution save.
All right, that's your turn. And
Can I remind the group and the unicorn that we need this guy alive to find my brother?
He looked tough. I figured he could take it. You know, the big guy anyway.
Yeah. Probably not,
next
not too
up
scratched.
is Oust.
Thank you, everyone, for not taking any damage in that first round, so I could do something cool.
Wait,
Fine. you made a unicorn friend. I think he can handle you.
unicorn can heal, right?
Almost certainly, yeah. Like,
Did you say it's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this huge crack of thunder just erupted, and I hear these screams from these guys, and I suppose they're not going to be making their way over towards me anytime soon. So I slip out from around the corner, and I start sauntering up to this big guy.
15, 25. You got 30, or
Yeah.
what's your movement?
Pretty sure you can only go half if you saunter.
But then I'd like to take the dash action to saunter again. And I say, and I'd like to scream in his face, "Where is Jorah?" And I roll an attack with my short sword against him.
You're not close
You're
enough.
not close enough yet.
I said I'd like to dash. With my
Oh,
bow.
right. Yeah, bonus action dash. I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And I roll a 23 to hit.
It hits.
I'm supposing it's not like surprise damage or anything, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Shoot, I rolled minimum damage. 4 damage, non-lethal.
Good addition there, just in case.
Non-lethal.
Yeah.
Could be lethal.
And then I'm done.
He's doing fine.
Oh, great.
Next up is the unicorn.
What? This should be interesting. I'm gonna get Gordon in the back.
Stab you with
What?
horn.
He's the bloodthirsty one. I just,
I'm just cutting a tent over here. I don't know what you guys are doing.
I
They
need
shot it.
You guys are
I
killing
need a
people.
player's handbook.
There's
I'm just peacefully chopping into this tent with my dagger. I haven't even hurt anyone yet. If I suppose unicorn just sees people casting lightning from the sky.
Unicorn's not in there, Philip.
no. He's looking at spells.
Okay.
The spells the unicorn.
I have the monster manual, Mr. Dukes.
I was just going to tell you he's not in there. He's in the monster manual.
I'm not gonna cheat. Although I have to say, as soon as the unicorn showed up, I was like, "Hey, all right." Oh no, I can't do that.
Try to ride the unicorn. That's good. Pretty sure you have to be a vert. Actually, try to ride the unicorn.
I really wanted somebody to mount it. That would have been awesome.
Not very nice.
I just imagine Illum on a gleaming celestial unicorn mowing down baddies.
Right.
With this unicorn that has this horrified look on his face.
So, as the unicorn asks, "Why have you summoned me?" you said relatively unconvincingly that you need to kill these bandits, these evil bandits. He looks at you, gives you a hard look, and vanishes.
Well, no harm.
That was a good try.
No foul.
Anticlimactic.
He didn't stab me, so I'm gonna call it a win.
He was like,
The unicorn
Raven
magically
needs to work on his
teleports
stamina
itself and
over
up to
there.
3 willing creatures it can see within 5 feet of
Oh,
it,
God,
along
so
with
cool.
any equipment they're wearing, to a location the unicorn is familiar with, up to a mile away.
What?
It teleports away.
A little
Oh,
field mouse that was
I
next
thought
to
it
it.
was
also
taking-
wants to do it.
Nope.
That would have been hilarious.
All
All right.
right. So next up is Uric.
"Hey, way to go."
I'm working on it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can throw a rock at him.
I can. That is probably what's going to happen here. 5, 10, 15. 25, 30. Gonna go here, and I'm gonna real quick see if exactly how my one hex thing works. Is it a bonus action?
I think so.
Zoom target, and you do bonus equals efficiency. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to bonus Hexblade's Curse him.
Mm-hmm. So that gives you crit on 19s and +2 damage.
Yes. Crit on 19th, and then if he dies, I get healed some. And then
If he dies by you?
No, just if the cursed target dies.
Okay.
We're trying not to.
No, that's true. So I
Hopefully.
guess non-fatal
Non-lethal rocks.
Maybe
rocks.
the new recruit will just kill him.
That's well, it's your job, I believe.
I'm still behind the 10. I'm trying to shut this down.
If I could get to him,
This
maybe.
is a strong 10. Ah, can't get in
Okay,
there.
Standing next to him.
6. No, 14.
Hits.
I'm gonna make a good entrance.
What are you using?
The rock, magic rock. So 2 plus 2 plus 3, so 7 damage.
He looks angrily at you as you hit him with a rock and it just bounces off.
Ha!
Yeah.
Take that!
I am responsible for the RP of the bandit captain.
Nobody's been doing the RP, so I've just been filming and
Hey, I
everyone's
said ha! Take that! That's great RP.
Next up is Riven.
Like Rivendell, but without the Dell.
Yes.
Dell is your new name
Dell?
then, as far as I'm concerned.
So I'm going to make, so I can't see anything, so I'm going to make a move over here to 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mhm.
And now I see this big guy, and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
It's a level 2 spell. 3
Roll
separate.
3 spell attacks.
Yep. That's a 12.
That's a miss. Oh no, that's a hit.
12's a hit.
Oh no, never mind.
Just misses.
Yep.
That's 18.
Hits.
All right, 2d6 fire damage for 8. I have a third orb away. That is a 3. It's 4, 9.
Nice. That's- next up is the captain. He doesn't like that you're hurting him.
That's
Good RP.
unnatural.
Believable.
He is bleeding and he is pissed.
Uh-oh.
And he pulls out his scimitar and
Very
he
angry.
is going to make 2 attacks against the rogue that has sauntered so quickly up to him. Yeah, that's a 17 plus numbers. And that's 9 plus 16 to hit.
Both hit.
All right. Then he, and then
Oh.
7 damage on the first one and 10 damage on the second. So 17 damage you take total.
Yeah. It takes me down to my knees, but I stand back up.
All right, that is his go. Next up is Morden.
I can't quite get close enough to you to heal you well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh. I can't like reach across there.
Poke him with your sword.
Well then, instead of healing this turn, good luck. I'm gonna just bless as many. Wow, can I even?
You can only hit.
I can probably hit him, can I?
You
That's
can't
just 30.
see him.
Oh, I have to see him.
Oh, you had cut through the tent.
That's unfortunate.
I will let you. Find,
Oh, wait a minute. No, I got this.
I will let you do it from here if you
No.
want.
I'm gonna go forward because I can cast Shield of Faith on someone who isn't me. I don't have to cast it on myself.
Is it a reaction?
No, it's an action.
Okay.
What's the range?
Moving.
Plus two AC. That's this.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action too.
So, yeah, I'll cast Shield of Faith on Oust. So
Okay.
you've got a +2 to your AC. Actually, that's a bonus action. But I can't do anything with also my action.
Nope.
Oh,
Do you have like a
actually,
javelin?
I could. Yeah, I have a javelin. I could throw my javelin at the captain. Cool.
Okay, so you drop your warhammer and pull your javelin back.
Yeah. It's next to me.
As you're running.
Stand. I can. stand.
Warhammer here.
It's Warhammer is right next to me up here, within range.
It's behind me.
Does that still use my strength?
This is a strength-based fight.
Yeah. Okay. Natural 20.
Oh, it sure
Oh,
is.
Damage.
It's gonna carry this guy right on.
And a full 6. So plus, so I guess that's 12 plus 3, right, for my strength modifier.
Yeah.
So 15 damage. Javelin. Right in the chest.
All right. He is not. He just takes this and he is blown back. He is just that, and it just sticks in him, and he is bleeding profusely from this wound. But he just snaps the shaft of the javelin.
I didn't imagine that should have been non-lethal. It's a good thing it didn't kill him.
I guess you need a new javelin.
Yeah, that's
Javelin.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fine.
he is a really
I got multiple.
strong-looking person.
It's cheap.
Um,
Probably find some. I'll steal a
And,
crossbow from one of these
uh,
people, actually. That's not a bad idea.
then it's back up to Oust.
I actually have 4 longbows in my bag.
All right.
So, okay.
You want one?
He's going to, having gotten no reply from his question, where is Jorah? He's going to say, the prisoner! And then he's going to roll to attack with his short sword and gets a 13.
Misses.
Okay, and then as it's blocked, he's going to roll with his dagger and say, who'd you sell him to? And he rolls a 18.
That'll hit. And he says, "You'll have to kill me first." And he's so mad at you.
How do we question you after that?
3 non-lethal damage.
Doesn't make any sense.
He's not making any sense.
But you hit him right with that javelin.
How much damage did you do?
3 non-lethal.
Range with that javelin.
And, no, okay. Good.
I guess we can question the other prisoner.
It's actually not that bad.
Now
Probably
it
not
is
as
the
nice.
unicorn's go, and he's just traveling around.
Going farther away.
He heals himself for no good reason.
The
It
unicorn
is-
falls into a pit. The bandits laid.
You don't know that because he's a mile away.
That's true.
So now it is Yurik's turn.
Okay, I'm
The
going
the unicorn discovers our 6 stacked bodies that we put in a pile.
Did we skip your turn?
Bastards.
Seems like you were cutting
Yeah,
that a long time
No,
ago.
it's coming up again.
I'm going to
Like
cast Hex.
10,
I'm also giving you
10
my.
for initiative,
Oh, I
so
guess I'll
bye
put
bye,
the
and
concentration thing next to him so I can tell if
Yeah,
he
but it
gets
seems
hit
like you were
to
trying
do
to cut that
something
a long
about
time
it.
ago.
What are you doing?
Hex on the captain.
Okay. So you have your Hexblade's Curse, which is not a concentration,
Correct.
and then you have Hex.
That's right. Which
So
is a
hexy.
concentration.
Your disadvantage on what checks?
I kind of wanted to say charisma to see if we could like break his will, but there's not really like does he make? I'll still say
Yeah, it'd be contested
charisma,
like,
I guess.
persuasion checks against his charisma, right?
Yeah, that's what I would
Isn't that how it
assume it
works?
would be against. So I'll, just in case, I'll say charisma. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
And then throw another rock. Non-lethal, of course.
Non-lethal.
Good old stunning
The
rocks.
only one who's remembered
Oh,
to say
yeah.
that.
I forgot to say that.
Also, take a few steps closer so I can attack him for real when I get.
But I've been shouting to the group, "Don't kill him!" Somebody, just imply,
Don't
no,
kill
no.
him! Fire! Fire!
As you kill him, as he bursts into flames.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why we.
that's a crit.
So
Natural.
Hex, I roll a 1d6. So that would also double.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll roll 4 because that's more fun. Because I normally get a 2d6 that doubles. Hex also
Yes.
doubles.
Yes.
These rocks, man.
Damn,
That's
dude.
a good.
That's
Good.
why you get
Good.
excited
Oh
when you pick up a
man,
good
9,
rock.
10, 12, then plus 2, so 14.
That's pretty good.
for a rock. Yeah.
Yeah, he is on his last legs.
Alright.
He is like breathing really heavy, but he's frustrated with the situation and how it has very quickly turned on him.
What was the javelin roll number? What was the javelin damage? Did we just
It was like
tie?
17.
Darn it!
More than your
17 or something.
rock.
Thought it was close. I think it was close.
pretty close.
Next up is Michael New.
I might be relying on multiple
I give up its slashing this time.
turns of bonus actions to make it possible.
20, 25, 30.
Have you heard about the guy fighting the gazebo, Michael?
I don't think so.
No, okay.
And
Andrew, you know that.
It sounds familiar, but I don't.
I rush in
dash
on
forward.
You guys should look up the Dread Gazebo.
I just stand there.
Okay.
Card game Munchkin.
What?
It
You ever played the
is.
game Munchkin?
Yes, yeah, they put
Gotta
that in
keep-
there because of the Dread Gazebo. I think that's the correct term.
Riven's turn.
But you're not an elf.
The parents were born in.
Maybe this
guy's
guy's
secretly
secretly
an
an
elf,
elf,
but
but
his
his
spell
spell
went
went wrong and changed
Whoa.
his race.
Good point. We have no idea what his brother might look like.
Yeah, so he's on his last legs.
Yeah.
You say?
Mm-hmm.
Can you cast non-lethal spells? Is that a thing you're allowed to do?
I said I made that a thing you could do from our first session.
You can aim for his like knees or whatever.
Non-lethal chaos
I
bolt.
feel like technically it
Nice.
probably shouldn't be possible to be non-lethal with a spell.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
I do want clarification on Chaos Bolt. So if I cast Chaos Bolt and it chains, can I say there's no
No.
target?
You
Yeah.
hit one of us. Oh, it doesn't have to hit one of us.
It says
It
target
says
of my choice.
Well, something within
Yes,
60 feet.
20
Target
feet.
of my choice. No choice.
Can
you
you-
can kiss
can-
anyone
hang
you
on.
choose. I
Can you-
choose no.
Do you have to target
I-
living creatures
Yeah,
with Chaos
I will
Bolt?
say
You
that
can target
it's,
like
that no,
Target the target.
you
Yeah,
you
exactly.
do not have to target one of your teammates
Help-
if
help
you
Luna.
have nothing.
You are
if you have no.
so
Yeah.
much nicer.
Take revenge on the 10.
Well, because I would have said he targets the ground over there, and the Chaos Bolt leaps to nothing.
Right, I'll cast Chaos Bolt.
Blast the 10.
Nope.
That's 8.
not chained to anything.
Yeah, it does say to it from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it.
Stop that.
All right, then
It doesn't matter.
if it does
It's
say
a
another creature, then
Of my
yeah.
choice.
I mean, most of us have that.
There-
I feel like now it's going to be.
There's a
Yorick.
fly. There's a
Well,
fly
okay.
buzzing around
he,
over here.
He didn't do damage.
I didn't even hit anyways, doesn't matter.
All right, so I'm gonna quicken a firebolt.
With a name like Chaos, I feel like
Oh, right. Fire bolt, not.
No one has fireball.
18.
No.
it being Chaos.
So that's just a D10.
Yeah.
For
10.
10.
Nice.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal fire.
No, that was too late. You forgot that you knew that you were.
Oh,
I'm the worst one.
Don't kill him! Don't kill him!
You. It was too late. I was already about to narrate it. You.
We need this guy. He's
enraged
this guy's
by
we have a
hearing
prisoner we can question too.
that he potentially was behind what befell your brother. You strike him with the firebolt, and he is down.
I guess technically it's only
Oh, sorry.
for NPCs. Sorry, question mechanics. When they're down, are they dead, or are they unconscious like PC players? Can I like heal them back from the brink of death, or that just requires
DM's
necromancy?
discretion.
Gotcha.
Sometimes creatures go unconscious and have death saving throws. Sometimes they don't.
So I suppose
But yeah,
I can walk up.
I'll let he's fine. You have him all.
Madman.
Yeah. So
This one
combat
had
is
two.
over.
Oh wait, what was the verdict on whether he's dead or not?
He's
He's
alive.
fine.
He's
He's
unconscious.
He's unconscious.
I'd like to start
you.
looking at the tents.
I go over and make a medicine check. Make sure he's stable. If I have to
Make
stay
a
alive.
medicine check.
I'm gonna start looking for that elf and other interesting
12,
things
yeah.
in the tents.
I started looking
he's
for the other prisoner.
stabilized.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what Uric is doing and go opposite him and the rest of the other tents. Just tent
Great.
explore.
You know there's somebody in there.
You just gotta be sure.
You said you were checking this tent out?
Yeah.
You see when you open that tent, two people in here,
Oh shit!
and they look hurting. No, one looks hurting. The other is fine, and he's just scared.
Do I recognize somebody who was tied to a tree recently?
You recognize 2 people that were tied to a tree.
Okay.
Fancy meeting you guys.
You guys are very lucky I'm the one who walked into this tent. All right? And now one of you should remember that. I don't particularly remember who. If you think there's any chance of you getting out of this alive, you need to tell me everything you know right now.
Okay. So that's your go.
I'd like to explore the third tent that doesn't have anybody going into it, or the fourth one, rather.
Are there 4 tents?
Yeah,
There
Is
was
it over here?
yeah.
Tent off
You go
map.
over here. You see in this tent a couple of you see a couple of chests. You see a person on the like from the perspective of this tent. You see a person like in a corner, but it's over here.
Oh, okay.
You see, so from your perspective, there is a person right there in the tent.
Is the person
Sure.
tied up or bound or something?
Yes, the person is bound. It looks to be an elf.
Okay.
His clothes looks tattered. He looks worse for wear, but he's alive.
I'd like to turn after just opening the tent door and seeing this. I'd like to turn back out to the group and I'll say, "The prisoner's in here alone."
I give you a thumbs up.
And I suppose that you need to let everybody else do stuff too.
Yeah. So
With false
Is it-
hope, it's Jorah.
I've got some stuff I wanted to do when he gets back around to me, since we're got a lot of people doing different stuff.
you shout into the let me see. So you look into this tent, and it's
I searched through everybody's stuff in here.
yeah. Okay, you do that.
Anything of interest?
Make an investigation check. So the guys in this tent are like, yeah, yes, if you let us live, like we'll just we'll tell you what you want. Just let us leave here. They look very compliant.
We are reformed.
I don't remember if we had really. I guess we had questioned both of them. That's too bad. Who do you? You still don't remember anything about the human prisoner, the last one that was sold.
We were out on our own. We were on our own. We were doing our own scouting when we heard that he got sold, and we got paid.
When you sell people, do you sell them in the camp or do you sell them somewhere else?
Depends. It's up to the leader. He might be able to tell you.
Okay. Did the prisoner? Did he leave with the prisoner? The last human that was here.
The other are you?
Did the captain take the prisoner away from the camp?
I don't know. We weren't there for it.
These guys are not very helpful. All right. What goods do you have? What materials? Your plunder.
We have a bunch of rations. The boss keeps most of the valuables in his tent. He's got a chest in there. That's usually where he keeps the gold, and he hands that out. He pays us, but that's where most of his stuff is.
Are there any more scouting parties out right now?
No, we had one scouting party out, and we sent a couple others to try and find you guys.
If I let you live, what are you going to do with yourselves?
Try and find a means of living anywhere else.
I don't really like the means of living you guys have come up with so far. The Resistance can always use more members. We might have to keep a closer eye on you guys, but I'm not going to let you just leave and go terrorize some other poor town. You can either come back with us, let judgment be done there, or judgment can be done here.
All right. So from there, you guys at the prisoner's tent. What do you do?
I'm still over by the downed captain.
Sorry. This is Riven and.
I just see there are 2 of them. Okay, we were announced.
I ran over when I heard there was a prisoner, and I rush into the tent, and I look. I see it's not Jorah. I'm slightly
Disappointed.
yeah, disappointed. I was hopeful.
Seeing his face, I'd like to put a hand on his shoulder and say, "We'll find him." And then I'll turn to the prisoner. Is the prisoner gagged or anything?
No, but at this point he's chained up. He's got his hands tied behind his back. He's got his legs bound, and he's like, "Who are you guys? What are you doing here?"
We came to the bandit camp to free prisoners. Our understanding is that you're being held for ransom.
Perfect.
That was exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yes, this is good.
I'd like to kneel down and just, trusting. I mean, I don't like elves, but I mean, trusting that this guy's. I mean, he can't do anything to us. I'm assuming, so I'm going to start as I can unchaining him if I can. I don't know. Is it locked or?
It's locked. Does anyone have? Do you have thieves' tools?
I do.
Would you like to attempt?
No, it seems more simple than that. I'll just say, who has your keys?
I'm seconds away from searching the bandit leader. So
I said, who has your keys?
The leader. He has a key ring with a bunch of keys on it. It's probably on there.
Okay, well then I stepped out of the tent to go rummage through the bandit leader's body.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, so you make an investigation check.
Okay, I'm actually going to cast guidance on myself. It's a
Okay.
cantrip to give me a D4 ability, so I'm going to give myself a D4 to that check. And I want to find, keys, gold, items of interest. I'm going to take his weapons off him. The whole 9 yards. And that was a natural 1 plus 3. And plus 4. Yeah, so a natural 1.
You don't come across a key ring.
I step out of the tent and I see him searching the body, and I say to him, the captain should have a set of keys.
I can't find anything on him.
There's so many
I can't
muscles in the way.
even find any clothing. I don't
many
know
muscles in the way.
This seems just one lump of bandit.
All right, we're sure this is the captain.
I would. I mean, if you'll allow it, I'd like to look for the keys. I mean, that's all I care about.
But there's nothing there, man.
I would like you to also just make a perception check. Investigation.
Me?
You're gonna him now?
No, you.
I just made that was my investigation.
No, the perception. Yeah, I forgot that searching.
Well, whatever it was a 1.
Yeah,
so
make one more. Just I say
Come
it
on,
was a 6
man. What
plus
are you doing?
whatever. What skill was it?
perception.
So I get plus 4 to that, so a 10.
Yeah. So you notice that he's wearing these very nice looking gauntlets.
Sweet. I take them off. I tried them on. See how they feel.
You think that make an Arcana check.
Okay. 6.
They're
shiny.
gauntlets.
It's good enough for me.
Try and throw your bone.
So yes, now Alce, make me an investigation check.
Is House back on the?
How is this possible? I also rolled a natural 1.
No, you don't. You're pretty sure
So
there were no keys on this.
All right. Well, then I turn away from the body. I go back into the tent to pick the lock.
yeah, one of the things that I found useful is, and of course you can do whatever you want, but lots of things that seem like you could repeatedly, attempt them. Well, I guess what it says in the
We're gonna say we could
is
even take 10 if we have time, right?
yeah, or like sometimes if you roll real poorly, it's like, okay, you search this guy for like 20 minutes and you finally find keys. And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll get around. We'll get there eventually.
But everyone is kind of doing their own thing right now.
So yeah, that makes
So,
sense. Pacing the
like-
time along.
Like, I don't know if someone's going to come into your tent and try to knife these guys in the back.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
So-
how far away is Illum from?
I know.
Did I find anything in here? I got a 19.
So yeah,
while
so
I investigated.
you see in here, it's mostly
Go
just.
check him for keys.
I'm not allowing any more of those.
Did I find keys in there?
So
Yeah.
You
Just
just
left them on the bed.
So yeah, this is just a lodging tent. You see a bunch of bedrolls. You see like personal lockers, and they're not even locked. You go and you check the
Look
whole
through them, did I find
lockers.
anything interesting?
These are just like personal rations, clothes, things like that. There's not actually. You find. You find a total of 19 copper.
Nice.
Nice.
That leader isn't paying them very well.
Is it 10 copper, 1 silver? Or how much copper is this?
Yeah.
10 all the way up each. All right.
So that's you.
I get that.
It's your turn
Yeah.
essentially. If you want to, after your investigation, whatever you want.
I leave here. Hey,
Okay.
did you guys find anything?
All right.
There's nothing in there, guys.
I put my hands behind my back and go, no, there's nothing on him. I can't.
I go to this other tent that nobody looked in and looked.
That's where these
All right,
guys.
I
are,
guess the
actually.
one that used to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything in this other tent?
Make another investigation check.
7.
Yeah, it's more the same. You open up things. You don't find. You find another 20 copper.
Oh,
Man.
rolling.
So while they're doing that, I'd like to ask the prisoner some questions.
Go ahead.
How long have you been tied up here?
Holy crap. Some vibration on that.
He says, I've been here for about a week. They've been trying to find someone to ransom me off to.
What's your name?
Want the hard questions.
Aladrin.
Aladrin.
Aladrin?
Yeah.
Aladrin, my name's Riven. I don't know if you remember, a human was also a prisoner in this camp. Do you remember them? Remember that person?
Yeah, he was sold off a couple days ago.
Did you ever hear his? Did he ever tell you his name?
Yeah, it was Jorah.
Guys, it was Jorah. He was here.
No
Excellent.
way.
I run over in surprise.
We never actually confirmed that.
that is
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
I mean, that's true.
Do you know any information, or do you see who took him, or?
Well, they found out. They found some documents and stuff in his house. He said they found out that he was a member of the resistance, and I think we'll go ahead and take a bathroom break here, so that I can also kind of like collect my thoughts and figure out how to RP this guy.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sure. I want more veggie straws. This works out nicely.
Oh, Andrew, last time we got to play a little bit late. We got to stay till like 11 or 11:15. I think I'll probably have to go around 10:30 my time.
So that's 9:30 our time.
So another hour.
Okay, so that was a little late of a session for you.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was about a half hour too long.
Okay, I am trying to break to make a break point in the middle. So I will keep that in mind for the future.
Oh, it doesn't bother me if we don't have like a standard break time in the middle. I
How his sword broke.
have a bladder of steel.
He gets a packed blade, right? Thing. Which you kind of your warlock patron grants to you, and it's going to be a broken greatsword.
I mean, you may have a penalty to
No,
attack rolls for a broken greatsword.
it looks like it was an abnormally large greatsword, but was broken to now look like a regular size greatsword.
So what I imagine with that is like you've played Shadow of Mordor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like his dagger is a broken sword.
Yeah. Yes, except this one was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're here.
Seth.
What?
Y'all waiting on me?
No, we just sat down.
Just like for 3 seconds.
We've been here
Okay.
for 5 minutes.
Unload the dishwasher.
watching.
All right. So from there, I guess, like, we'll go back to the bandit guys in the other tent. Like,
Alright.
Didn't we say the guy was still alive, just unconscious?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we've been unsuccessfully searching him this whole time.
Could you just like wake him up and ask him?
Did
Where
you
is
see the
Hachara?
bandit leader had keys? Let me go check.
so,
We're gonna ask him where his keys are.
so let me. So until you guys like get back together and are doing things at the same time, I need to
Right.
figure out what happens.
Right.
Sure.
So what are you doing in the?
So the last thing I did was tell them, hey, you either come to the resistance
Right.
and face judgment there, or you face it right here.
Yeah, they don't see that there's much of an option here, so they are not aggressive. They're pretty passive.
Okay.
Take him.
So as
There's
far
two of
as
them
I
on
can
one.
tell, I'm the least bloodthirsty person in this group. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to let me tie you up, and you're going to have to be completely complacent, or you're gonna die anyway. Okay. I'm just being honest.
All right, so you can make dexterity checks on their hands and whatnot.
Just so 11. Oh no, natural one.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
Just kind of wraps him rope
He-
around.
he notices that he slipped off, and he tries to tie his own knot. He rolls a 2. Your guys are not doing very
He's just holding the rope in his hands.
He just acts like his hand.
We'll just make it look good.
He thinks it's like one of those mommy leashes. He's supposed to hold on to it and just let it fall, follow around.
I was the sailor. You'd think I'd be okay at this, but apparently it's different.
Okay, so you have them tied up in
Okay.
air quotes.
All right, stay here. I'm gonna open up the tent and say, Morden, could you come here for a second?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Essentially, trying to not introduce. I'll be saying this to you. So I'm not really sure you should come into this tent yet, but I found some guys who are willing to come back to the Resistance rather than be killed on the spot. Is that something we can make happen?
Well,
And they
Sure.
they know they may get killed on the spot once we get back.
that's what I was gonna say. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
guarantee you that they would be welcomed into the Resistance
Okay.
after a life of banditry, but I'm perfectly happy tying them up and bringing them back with us. It seems like there probably isn't much of a bandit presence left between here and the
That's-
Resistance
that's
camp.
what
It
I'm
should be
thinking.
an uneventful journey.
Okay, great. Then I guess
Yeah.
bring them.
We can always use them as decoys to the wars.
Yeah.
Show up.
Throw it away.
All right, so then I guess we'd bring them out.
Okay.
And we'd be like, "Hey guys,
Do I notice that his rope job was crap?
Yeah, but he's not. They're not trying to flee.
Okay. You just see the guy holding their rope because there's not even tie. You're just holding it.
I mean, can I go over and tie their hands?
Sure.
Yeah,
Make a
yeah.
dexterity.
it goes
All right.
without saying,
And I'm just going to
moved
cast
all the way.
guidance is a cantrip, so I'm just going to
stuff.
Go
use
ahead.
it for ability checks.
Natural one. You failed.
I mean, done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sleight of hand check.
Mhm.
So a total of 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Slightly better.
He's tied up.
These
He
guys-
is-
The rope
he
stays
looks
on this
tied.
time?
I think it's that
Good
they're
enough.
like so nervous, they're just sweating a lot. And
Yeah.
it makes it really hard for the stuff to like stay on.
Whatever, rookie. We don't.
Okay. Look, I might not be able to tie knots, but I can identify them. And that's not too awesome either.
Okay, so also as you guys are talking with the guy in the captain's tent, you do see like there is a couple of large chests in the back here. This is his quarters. He keeps the valuables here. But
So nice gauntlets. Where'd you get those from?
I've never used the entire time. You're just not very observant. I don't know what you're talking about.
I go and look at the chests. They're getting the person there.
Yeah, we haven't.
last you were doing was looking at the captain, right? Or
Me? Yeah, I had intended after I couldn't find the keys on the captain to turn about and walk back into the tent to look for the keys in the tent, since he said that the captain usually had them and they were his. But
We're pretty
I
sure.
want to try and pick the lock of that guy. I mean, or the prisoner.
so. What are you doing?
Trying to open one of those chests and just looking at it.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Dexterity. Oh no.
It's a
What?
Oh!
You take 2 points of cold damage as just a blast, an arcane freeze blast erupts from this chest that you just decided to open with no
Ooh, that
care
was
in the
chilly.
world.
That was just a cold breeze, guys. So-
And inside, you find
chunk of ice.
Destroyed the contents of the chest.
Let me read what it looks like here.
It's actually a mimic, and you
It's
can
another chest. It's a mimic inside of the chest.
How do you do that with one hand so well? Never mind, I figured it out. That's not a
so
stand on
these
that.
look like some really nice eyeglasses It's just
He's a reader.
pristine crystal glass. They hum with a magic essence. But yeah, so you find
We're talking about spectacles or like binoculars?
spectacles.
Okay.
So you look like they're just they're
Fancy
glasses with some glass lens in it. So you find that in one of the chests.
I look to pick up those spectacles and look at them.
Okay.
I try to look through them. What do I do? I see anything?
You see the world colored in a slightly bluish tint. And you also find gotta organize this stuff better. Oh, find these numbers I rolled better. Here. Yeah. All right, and here you find another 10 gold in this chest.
Oh, picking it up.
I mean, we're in this tent. We can see him pocket.
You see him trying on glasses.
Yes, you see that.
Hey guys, I found these magical glasses. Everything looks blue when I look in them.
Are you sure that's not just you got a bunch of snow in your face?
I don't know.
So
Everything's
then,
just shining blue.
So then,
It's amazing.
back to your conversation with the prisoner. So, is there any way you can get me out of these shackles? I would really like to not be in these shackles.
Yeah, I going back into the tent. I'll say yes. We couldn't find the keys. Here, hold still. And I'd like to try and pick the locks.
Go ahead.
I can't remember how to do tools. I roll d20 and I add proficiency if I'm proficient with them, and that's it. Or do I roll dex and proficiency for these?
This is a dex check with your modifier and proficiency if you're proficient.
Okay. 10.
Oh no! You snap it. You snap. The lock picks are are still functional, but you snap the mechanism in the lock, and you think that you might have chipped something in there. And he looks up at you with an "oh no" face.
Don't worry. We'll find the keys. Maybe.
I hope they'll still work.
Or we can try and break the chains.
Couldn't we try to wake up the bandit leader, guys? Maybe he'll know where the keys are. We just all left him out there.
I mean, I guess. Did you go to the tent? It looks like we're still out there.
Yeah, we're just
You guys are
outside. The prisoners outside.
So at this point, the bandits, the captured bandits, come through, and you guys are in the open here. You gather up near the.
I'd like to try some of the breakfast soup.
Okay. Do you have a bowl or something?
There's not like a ladle in there.
Oh yeah. So I suppose yeah. If there's a ladle,
He's drinking from the ladle.
You can just drink from the.
It's just
blow it
disgusting,
off.
you know. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm worried that it's gonna be hot.
There's poison.
Try some.
Make a
Yeah,
constitution.
I mean, it's a nice little porridge.
Okay, all right.
It's not very well seasoned.
I imagine.
But it's kind of bland. But you know, they're out. You're out in the country right now.
Oh, I'd also like to ask them what their names are.
This is Bob and Jim.
I don't care
Bob
what the
and
names are.
Jim. All right.
Yeah.
Cannon, folks.
So the captain is just lying on the ground.
Unconscious.
I'm gonna attempt to tie him up before he wakes up on us.
Didn't you?
No,
I
don't think I haven't
gone
gone to his
Okay.
body yet.
Sure.
I was trying
Go
to
ahead.
search him and failed.
I was
horribly.
going to, but then I decided to search him first.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make it with guidance. Better. That is a sleight of hand, right?
Yeah.
For tying him up.
Mhm.
24.
Okay. Then you seem to make a pretty pretty
Same.
well.
Hey, Yurk,
Bounce,
look at
I
this
see.
dot.
Oh, that's nice.
There was no sweat.
Yeah, obviously. He's all crispy and stuff.
All right, so he's tied up. What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
I feel like we should either free the prisoner or start
we're
talking to the
trying.
captain.
Trying to free the
Yeah,
prisoner.
So
Oh,
we still doing
I
that?
called to the other guys in the tent. What are you guys up to in there? How are things going?
We're trying to get the prisoner out of his chains.
And
Does anyone have a crowbar?
I've got a hammer.
That might work.
Oh yeah, I go back and pick my hammer back.
Yeah,
Now I have a hammer.
try smashing the chains with your hammer, see if it gets them out.
I mean, okay. If they said asking for crowbar, I wander on in there too, and
I tried to pick the lock, but I think I may have broken the lock. We can't know.
step back. This looks like a weak chain. I line up with my hammer.
Try not to hit the prisoner.
A rock and he goes to the ground.
You are in a grassy tent.
Hmm.
Like you get the feeling that if you were living in a tent, you would move all the rocks out of it.
Yeah, that does make sense. Is there anything I could possibly use as like an anvil, or is a chest nearby looks sturdy enough? Or,
There's a chest that's been mostly shattered by an explosion of ice, and there seems to be a pretty sturdy chest. There was also a metal pot over the fireplace.
that'd probably work better.
Yes.
I grab the metal pot, set it upside down on the
Alright,
ground,
you
put the chain on top of it, and take a swing.
5 points of fire damage because it is over
Fire.
the fire.
I have really shiny gauntlets on. Does that do anything for me?
No, because you don't know what they do until you take a short rest to attune.
Fine. All right. 5 points of fire
Don't
damage.
know.
No. Sucker's hot. No expression on my face. Total deadpan.
You pour out the contents of the pot, and you turn it over, and
Was it any good?
That you took that pot?
yeah.
Well,
Oh man, yeah. Okay. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was warm.
I noticed. All right, so I put it on the ground, put the chain on top of it, and take a swing.
Okay, so he's
Hold still.
Best and smack him in the head. Guys,
I mean,
I'll
there's
let
enough,
you make
like-
a straight roll. I won't have you roll at disadvantage. But he's tied up. Like you're
So there's-
trying to hit a small lock.
Oh, there's
on
no like
chains.
loose.
Oh, I thought he was like chained to something that kept him from being able
I
to
had
move.
like a length of chain to work. But this is like wrapped around.
No,
and
he's
just
just
locked
like it's
together.
Oh,
similar.
I misunderstood. I thought he was chained to something and he wouldn't be able to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his feet are also chained up.
Well,
though,
yeah, his
so.
feet are
So you
chained.
can get up and hop around.
Yeah.
Well, then okay.
You carry
the
him.
lock is still hanging off.
Yeah. So I will let you make a straight attack roll. See. what you
Okay.
get.
Okay.
19.
19.
All right,
plus
you hit it.
stuff.
Roll your damage.
9.
Yeah. All right. So you make a nice hit on the lock, and you hear a little spring, and the U part of the lock extends a bit, and it.
That's how you pick a lock oust.
I got it started for you.
So his hands are free.
All right, well, unwrap his chains. His feet are still, his legs are still bent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this seems to be working pretty well. So let's get your legs free, huh?
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll try and pick that one first too. Hold on. Maybe I'll try and pick that one first too. Get it started for you again.
I mean, if you want a chance first, be my guest.
Go ahead and make your
18.
sliding. Yeah, that's fine. Not an issue.
Okay.
And it comes free. And he's like, yes, I liked that much better than having a giant hammer swing at my feet.
My way's faster.
But I like to walk. So he's freed. You have freed the prisoner Aladrin of his chains. You see before you, an elf, full elf. He's got blonde hair. He doesn't look great. He looks like he's not been treated all that well as a prisoner. He's got, shoddy clothes on. Yeah. There is one. Yeah, and there's still that the good chest in the captain's tent.
That we haven't opened yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well-
thought that had 10 gold.
Given the other chest is in splinters and covered in frost, I'm gonna
Just
go
slight breeze of cold,
check
yeah,
for
it's just-
traps on that other chest
Make an investigation check.
with guidance.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is straight 20.
Yeah, it is locked. It is trapped.
Yo, Oust!
Yes.
You good with traps?
Sometimes. Why?
There's a trap on this chest. I step back about 10 feet.
Just hit it with the hammer.
Go ahead and give it a shot. Show off your trap skills.
What kind of trap is it?
You see,
Did you get anything?
Did I get anything other than there's
so
a trap there?
It just you see elements of the chest that don't appear to be keeping it closed, but don't appear. They look functional and not, a part of the design. You know, it's not an aesthetic. It is a functional purpose. It looks like maybe some pressed items on the lip of where the lid would touch the.
So it looks mechanical. I'm not detecting like an arcane.
You can't. You were just looking around for a trap, and you see a functional.
That's fine. Well, with that description,
Style
House
trap.
will take out his tools and he'll try and slip one of his tools in the lip of the chest where it seems like maybe something is being depressed to keep it depressed as he tries to unlock and open the lid.
So
Is that kind of what you were trying to get at?
It is locked.
I know, I'm saying, but is that what you're trying to get at? Can I keep the button depressed with a tool while I try and pick the lock?
can you just make a
use-
general trap disabled?
You see that there are several buttons. It is not a thing that you would be able to depress. You wouldn't be able to just keep this one button held down. There are seveul buttons along.
Well, then I kick the chest upside down, and with the hilt of my sword, I try and bash in the bottom.
Okay.
I like it.
Make an attack roll.
With advantage because it's prone?
Oh, it's not a creature, so
I
it's,
know, I was kidding. I only got a 9.
yeah. So with the blunt end of the, you
Pounce
make
off
a
it.
chip.
Make a chip. Somebody with a hammer try this.
If I'd known you were gonna take my approach, scoot over.
We can't open it without the buttons being released. I figured we could get in from the bottom.
Find another way into the chest. I like it. So I take a swing with my hammer.
Okay.
You're all
That's a natural
destroyed.
20.
Okay.
You're trying to smash it.
All of our precious artifacts are going to be destroyed.
You just hear all this pounding going on inside the town. Like, what's going on in there?
Just take the damage. We can
You
heal,
guys
we can heal it.
okay?
What are you guys doing? I opened this other chest. There was nothing. Got these fancy glasses. Everything looks blue. I don't know what's going on.
He's just wandering and looking at things and like touching
I'm
stuff.
just like, you just see me wearing these glasses, like looking around.
There's regular sunglasses.
It explodes. It's a massive bomb. The whole time just explodes in flames.
That's what I'm expecting.
You take 45 damage.
And your healer is unconscious.
You see as this bead of make a dexterity saving. That's what you need.
Oh, it doesn't matter how much damage I did. That was okay. Yep. Okay. That makes sense.
You critically blasted this chest open.
Okay.
I
Nifty.
didn't even bother to have you roll damage, so that was going to be.
Dex saving throw.
Yes.
15.
Oh, actually, I should have looked at what its save is. Oh wait, no, that's by creature. So I don't. Yeah, I'll say you make it. So you take 14 points of fire damage
Shit.
as a fireball erupts from the chest, and currently the tent is on fire. Oh wait, you were there. Yeah.
It's a pretty small tent.
I need everybody in the tent to make dex saving
Ouch,
throws.
this was a bad
These-
plan.
This is out of here.
You never let him out though.
Yeah, he's over there. I assume that the rest of you guys are in this tent.
This is
So
14 on
Okay,
the save.
as soon as once the explosion goes, I am watching those two guys. Yeah. So not watching the tent, I'm turning and making sure. They're
Okay,
not doing
sure.
anything.
so that's a dex save for Michael and Keeler and Seth.
10.
11.
Okay, all three of you take 24 points of fire
Wow.
damage.
And I am unconscious.
Down to 1 HP.
Fire did it.
Oh my gosh, guys. My character is actually dead, not just unconscious.
Wait,
No.
Yeah.
How?
Oh,
You have 12 hit points.
That is exactly my hit point maximum negative.
no.
It has to be doing.
No, I have
So
to
it's just
do
one-
your.
That's one death saving roll, though.
I have to do your full HP twice. So how much?
is that how you do it?
How much total HP do you have?
I have 2 out of 22.
No, how much total HP do
22,
you?
he said.
So 22. Yeah, I would have needed to do 44 damage in order to outright kill.
Okay. All right. I thought, okay,
You're
never mind.
unconscious. So
All right. Well, then please save me.
you're unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious.
I'm critically injured with those hanging on out of the
And-
threat of life.
And yeah,
So I saw it coming. I was the one swinging the hammer and got partially out of the way.
You just see all your partners just go flying.
all right.
Oh god. Okay.
The
and the tent's on
captured,
fire.
The captured guys aren't bolting, but they look surprised. They were not expecting an explosion to just decimate this tent.
What about loot we lost?
I don't think anyone was expecting that.
That's not much. I mean, the last one was like a little, tinkle of snow.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
I swear that prisoner never left the tent.
So-
I don't know why he wasn't in there.
Philip,
Is there
I'm right on
anything in the area of the chest left that looks at all
No,
intact,
because-
or is it just, a smoldering crater?
I mean, that depends.
The
Are you
rulebook is
interested
not
in the
final say.
loot, or are you interested in
I
your
was-
down comrades?
I'm interested in my down comrades. I was just wondering if it was obvious yet. We'll go back after.
No, if everything is smoke. There's dust in the air. You just
I got
all
a
you
fireball
see
in the face.
yes.
Okay. Can I drag both the unconscious people out, or would I have to do that
So
one at a time?
are these guys still behaving themselves? Because if so, I'd like to go help. If they're not behaving themselves,
Yeah,
I'd
they're
like to kill them. I
they're
guess.
currently behaving themselves.
Okay.
I grab the wizard and try to drag him out.
That's not the wizard, but
Whoops. Well,
No,
whatever.
They're all just black
Grab
and
a ribbon and try
disfigured.
to drag them
I
out.
can't tell.
Okay.
Let's make a strength. or anything.
No, it's you
Lower
move at
than
half
that.
speed when you're trying
Okay.
to.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'll-
try to drag both, and I drag him out, and then go back to the other one.
Okay,
Figure out how
I
much my
start
max
trying to
movement is.
I
stabilize.
slowly leave with my 1 HP. Oh my god.
oh my gosh.
Can I do a medicine check to stabilize people being
Yeah.
dragged out?
Well, yeah. Mhm.
It is just medicine, right? I'm not very good at this. Okay, but that's a 12. I think
Okay,
it's a
so you're
decent-
stabilized. I would like the
Who's stabilized?
One fail.
one fail. Okay, then. So now, what's everybody doing?
Going back and dragging him out of the burning
Okay,
tent.
you do so.
I'll
Yep.
stabilize. Or you,
Oh,
somebody,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or am I stabilized?
you can save
Stabilize
these people's
them.
lives
Yeah.
straight up,
Do I need
right?
to do throws at all?
I'm just gonna lay on hands, 2 HP to
No,
both of
you're.
them.
Okay, that's
So at
probably
least
better.
have 2 HP.
What are you doing?
Can I lay on hands, both of them, for 2 HP?
No, you cannot because you can only do it on one person at a time. It's
Well.
an action.
Oh, yeah.
I would do it on the person that's currently not stabilized.
Yeah, I'll do it on that guy first.
So
One that
you
looks worse
you okay? So you lay on hands for 2 HP to
Oust, you're
to
alive.
oust. Life in with
I start
2
patting out the fire on my clothes.
and the
And the person who can put out the flames is still unconscious.
yes. So now, if you wanted, you can
Yeah.
spend your other
I'll
2.
do my other 2 on him
two
as my next action.
Okay, I was gonna use cure wounds, but
No, I guess I already.
yeah,
Someone's
I cast
got to give me something at this
I cast
to do
cure,
this.
cure wounds on Riven,
Roll your HP.
which is what was that? D8 plus 4. 7. You get 7 back, and you're awake.
7. So I wake up and I scream, Nala! Oh.
All right.
Where'd all your hair go?
You hear him shout a name that you've not heard before.
Oh, you shouted a name. I thought you said no,
Nala!
no.
Whenever it gets back around to me, I'm hitting Oust with Cure Wounds.
All right, so I got
Okay,
7.
Do it.
The YMS from Lion King. Is that-
Is it?
Oust, you get 9 hit points
she's,
back.
She's
Thank you.
Simba Nala.
Whenever it's back to me, I'm going to use my last 6 lay on hands on myself
Okay.
and just heal myself 6 hit points.
Oh, you're
So,
How does lay on
So-
hands on yourself work? Do you
I turn
just
around
go,
and I look
"Oops."
at the tent that's
Nice.
on fire, and I start casting Control Flames, which is my cantrip to start extinguishing the flames within at 5-foot cubes at a time.
Okay. So, I mean, it's less that it's on fire and that it was disintegrated.
Okay.
No.
there is
The
no
effect
So
of
if
the
there's any fires
Yeah.
still going, then I put it
Yeah,
out so
so
we can see what the damage is.
essentially, yeah, you're fine. You're not in any danger of lighting the forest on fire.
So what did you guys find in that chest?
Let's go find out. I head back in and see what is remaining in the rubble.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Zippo.
No,
Fair enough.
actually, you find that there is one thing that appeared to not
It's
have
those
been
keys we
touched.
needed.
That would be pretty hilarious.
The keys.
They're in the chest.
There is a pair of boots that that appear to have been unscathed by this massive explosion for some reason.
Shocking.
Um,
I pick him up and carry him back out and show him, hey guys, we got some very fireproof boots.
I'll take them, and I start putting them on my feet.
Which are still smoldering. Slightly.
Yeah, that's how I plan on putting out the fire.
and you see a little
You healed me for 2 or 7?
a little
He healed you
lump
for 7.
of,
You healed me for 2.
gold.
I healed him.
Fused lump.
You didn't heal
Yeah.
I picked that one up too. How much does it weigh, roughly?
Yeah, it's
Still gold.
negligible,
Okay.
but it doesn't.
A gold
doesn't-
nugget.
Yeah, so I mean, let's call this 1 gold piece.
All right.
of no recognizable currency.
Yes.
Yeah, like melted, partially melted gold piece.
One melted gold.
So that's that. So this big explosion comes out. You rush to help your allies. Everyone is safe, and your captured bandits are not fleeing, and the
elf prisoner
other
got out of the tent.
Aladrin is terrified.
Did the unconscious
And-
bandit leader wake up?
No, he's still unconscious. He would wake up in 3 hours.
And he'd still be very tied up. But we just leave him there.
Oh yeah. Well, we still don't know anything about like where they took Joro, who they sold
I
him to.
suppose we probably should wake him up and see if we can interrogate him. Or we could take a nap first.
Take a short rest.
Just saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, Yurik looks at himself.
On long rest, we get half like a fish dice left back. Do we run that up or down?
Down.
How about we just go to bed for the night, guys?
It is 10 in the
I
morning.
guess I would get it.
We can take a midday nap. These tents. One of these tents looks relatively
Yeah.
cozy.
I go in here into the one with the stuff and like
There's a little bit of a
Just-
breeze
You-
from the holes.
So you functionally cannot benefit from a long rest
Are you
until the
kidding?
night.
Right. But we can still get a short rest.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I have
So
one
you
spell
lay
slot.
down and you
Well,
start
that's what you did.
taking a nap.
yes. So I'm taking it
All
now.
right.
Singed with singed armor.
So are we short resting?
I don't know you guys. You guys.
I mean, I'm
Say
just
whatever you
gonna,
want.
I can just chill.
He just disappeared into
We
the
could rest after we know. I mean, how dire the situation is. We need to know what's going on. We could talk to the bandit captain.
Are we? If we find out it's very dire, are we in any action to do something?
It depends on what we need to do.
But we could at least,
I mean,
I'd
if there's
rather rest with an
if we have reason to suspect there's an impending attack on headquarters, we could rush back.
It's dead bandit captain. Don't tell anyone. All right. Well, I am not the
I mean,
most adept negotiator of the group, but we can wake up the bandit captain whenever you want. I would approve of that.
Eloom is just snoring.
I was too exhausted from using all my healing.
All right, so are we taking a short rest?
sounds like no.
No. Okay.
I
So
think we want to know. I want to know where Jorah is. I'm not in any mood to rest right now.
Yeah,
And there's
okay.
a captain who
And
may
I want to know that headquarters is safe. I mean, there's a chance that, I mean, this could have happened days ago enough that people are rushing to headquarters now to try and take it over. We need to know if we need to rush back there, you know, as fast as possible.
Sold.
We're in pretty rough shape. We need to rest anyway. But I agree with you. We should interrogate the captain.
Let's get information and then decide if we can't have time to rest
Okay.
afterwards.
Who wants-
Who
who wants to take point on the interrogation?
Because he's unconscious.
I wake up because I was two people talking too loud.
I mean, I'll participate.
I guess
in it,
I
but
got-
not later.
I can
Pretty
persuade
persuasive.
well. I can also deceive well.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk out. Oh, fancy
You wanna
seeing
help
you
each
guys
other?
again.
Sure, let's do it.
Good
Well,
bad cop.
yeah.
All right.
I'll be good cop, I think.
I'll be a good cop.
Okay, you can be good cop. That's fine.
I'll just watch this.
We'll just
I'll be
pretend like
lookout
you're the
cop.
one who kept those two alive.
I do a pretty good insight though. So let's keep an eye on the captain.
All right. So he's
I'm gonna magic stone 3 stones and start like juggling them as he wakes up, hoping he remembers that 14 points of damage from a
There's
rock.
that real intimidating juggling routine.
So how long does
1 minute.
I suppose? So you are juggling until he wakes up.
What? Okay, and then I use
That
my
is-
cantrip
no,
again.
Like
Can you
that is what I understood you saying. Is that what you are doing?
What? Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. Yes. So when he
Yes.
wakes up, I'm
Okay.
gonna be juggling my glowing
So
rocks.
so for 3 hours
Oh,
Would
so
we
it's
just
not like
slap
gonna
him
wake
awake?
him up. Yeah,
Like,
he's
gonna slap.
unconscious.
Right. He's
So
gonna slap
okay,
him
so I
awake with a
can
hit
heal
point.
him awake.
Yes.
I don't have any
Okay.
hit points. I used them all.
You have,
I have-
you
I have-
all of them.
and we
I
have
myself,
bound
I
him.
was down to
yes?
1 HP.
Sorry.
We have bound him.
Yes.
Yes.
Quite well,
Pretty-
actually.
Pretty well, if I say so
Okay.
myself.
So he's not going
Clear,
anywhere. Although he
clear.
has been juicing. So
Yeah,
we'll
well.
see what
You,
happens.
you saw that the that his muscle tone appeared to decay after the gauntlets were removed from him.
Nifty.
Claire's gonna be
Stronger
juicing.
You haven't taken a short rest to identify your items.
They're just shiny.
We don't know
Just
what
like
So do we actually have a way to get this guy back to consciousness without a rest?
Yeah, it is my last spell slot. I'm gonna cast Healing Words and say, "Wake up, foo!"
All right.
And that gives it a smaller die.
Perfect.
5 hit points.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be 1. I was like,
Well, it's as low as I can get.
Yeah.
It still gets my modifier.
So you heal him, and he wakes up immediately, and he struggles, and he's like, "Oh, what? He can't move. He's I'm not even gonna roll.
He
Well,
sees his
no.
10
That's
separated.
right.
And he's like, "Oh,
That's awake.
what are you doing? Why have you bound me here?
Are you serious? Are you serious right now? You just tried to kill us. Why did we tie you up?
You attacked us.
Yeah, after you stole this guy's brother and sold him to the highest bidder, enslaved elves, terrorized Tamarin. Don't make me hit you with some of these rocks.
Really threatening juggling.
We know what you did. We know who you took from Tamarin. He was my brother, the Jorah, the prisoner you had. We need some information from you.
And why would I give you any information?
Because we're going to kill you otherwise. Are you serious right now? Can I do like, I'll still knock him unconscious. I can't just hit him with a rock, can I?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay, roll an
That's-
attack.
It's 1, right? And
Yeah,
unarmed-
roll an attack.
Oh,
How
how
much
much
did you heal
actually
him
hit him?
5. He's got 5 hit points.
Okay.
And you like 1
Kills
to
him
2.
instantly.
Advantage
Have a
against the
D4.
bound guy sitting on the ground.
Yeah, sure.
Just don't crit.
Oh my gosh, you could crit.
Or
His fist misses.
I go.
Just in time, or rather, he just moves his head out of the way, and you miss.
All right,
And he
now
says,
I'll go to
"Well,
kick him.
I don't." You can make 1 melee attack in a round.
He's sitting there.
Yeah, but
Okay,
he
6
has
seconds.
dialogue.
Oh, okay, fine.
So he says, "Well, what do you plan on doing me if I if I cooperate?
Well, it depends on how well you cooperate.
Make a persuasion check." Because he looks over and he sees his men alive.
That was true.
So,
Woo, 21.
all right, so you swear You will let me live if I give you the information you seek.
We swear. We are men of our word.
Okay. I would like
And I kind of side glance
I would
to
like
Illum.
all of you.
I thought Illum's not still asleep.
Oh yeah, he was.
Aren't you asleep in the tent?
No, he came up because we were talking.
I can't fall asleep with people talking.
So I would like all of
Worked
you.
back when the elves snuck up on us. Sleeps right through that.
It's only at night. I'm a deep sleeper.
I would like all of you to roll either a persuasion or a deception, depending on how you feel about that comment.
Okay.
Can I give myself
And you
guidance
must
on
tell
it?
and you must tell me which one you do.
Can I give myself guidance on it?
I got a 19 persuasion.
I got a 12 persuasion.
I got a 5 deception.
I got a 5 deception.
Persuasion. My protection be less.
17 deception.
And what was you, Seth?
5 deception.
Oh,
Oh.
We
okay.
both got 5 deception.
Yeah, he looks at the two of you, and he's like, maybe if these guys aren't around, because I don't trust
Hey,
them.
Illum, how do you feel about those 2 bandits being alive?
Are you trying to
Illum, out.
invoke another deception check?
No, he very honestly does not like that those bandits are alive, correct? Like,
Yeah. I wish we killed them last time.
and yet they're still alive. We're aware that not all of our members are as generous as we are.
Yes, but if you
I'll
I
follow the
can't
group's
say-
will.
make a persuasion or a deception check and tell me which one.
Morden asked me to step aside, so I'm just going to go wander
Illum,
out of view.
12.
walk a little farther away.
12 persuasion.
He does not
Okay.
trust you. He sees a look in your eyes that a coldness, and he doesn't like cooperating with you around.
So I've asked you guys to step back and give us a word.
Did you say something, Seth? I think I might have missed
Yeah, I
something.
said Morden asked me a moment ago to step aside, so I'd like to wander out of this guy's view.
Okay. You do so. You turn your back to him.
I was like, I'll approach the other guys, but I'll go in the tent then.
Okay.
Back in my tent. I'll go in this tent.
Back to sleep.
Just gonna go back to sleep. Just lay
looks-
down. I'm not gonna really go to sleep. I'll just lay down.
He looks behind him and he
Rest.
sees his tent is no longer there. He's like,
Does he recognize his gauntlets?
he does, but he doesn't say anything.
All right.
He
What's the boots
trusts
that were in the
he
chest?
trusts the rest
That blew
of the party that is currently here to not stab him in his back.
So,
So
All right. So
what my friend said is true. Some of our associates did want to kill your bandits there, but they were outvoted and we kept them alive. We can do the same for you.
okay. What do you want from me?
So the band that was here this week, Jorah, who you sold, who did you sell him to?
There were some members of the army. When we went to the town to try and force the collection of our taxes, whatever the town is.
Cameron?
I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, guys. You have experienced this. So when we tried to collect the taxes, the guards came after us, and they came to our camp, and they were going to arrest us, but we persuaded them with the knowledge that this captive of ours happened to be a member of the resistance, and that bought us leniency.
Wow, those armors are scumbags. Let's kill those guys.
Which town's army were they from?
Town? I
Oh,
mean, I assume it was the Elvish
It's-
army.
or just,
It's,
is it the
it's
overall government?
the Royal Army.
Okay.
They have a widespread influence.
Were they just passing through? Are they?
How many of them did you see?
They surrounded our camp. we knew that we had to do something in order to come out of this. So we told them about the prisoner. We didn't even get paid. We just gave him to them.
Prisoner for your lives.
Do you know where the army is now?
They took him and they headed north.
Which
You came from the north.
That's yeah, okay. That's not great.
They seemed like they wanted to take him somewhere for questioning. I don't know much more beyond that. They took him and allowed us to keep our business.
Okay, let me explain the best case scenario for you right now. You come with us to the resistance camp. The resistance decides that you're worth more alive than dead, and you probably stay there under guard. Who knows, till the end of your days, probably. Now, the guy who you sold to the army, if they find out where this camp is, he just made the end of your days a lot quicker. Because that is exactly where that army will come to attack us. If there is anything you can tell us, it is absolutely in your best interest to help us stop the resistance from being attacked.
He kind of stares at you blankly. We didn't have him in our possession for long. We didn't question him too much. We knew he was valuable for the information that he potentially had, but we didn't have much of a chance to get any of that information out of him. The army took him and they headed toward. I know that they have a outpost to the northwest of here. Maybe they took him there.
I've walked away from this and go over to join Oust behind the tent, and I say to Oust, it was the Elvish army, and they headed towards headquarters. We may already be too late.
You heard the outpost was northwest. You came from the northeast area.
do we know how many were escorting him?
Enough to surround the bandit camp. They surrendered without a fight.
Andrew, does that description give me any inclination as to whether or not I think headquarters is in immediate danger from these guys, or if they're going to need reinforcements?
It's up to you. They had plenty of men. They wouldn't. You don't know what sort of information they may already know about the resistance,
right?
But you get the sense that this wasn't a group that was meant for, it
was meant to intimidate a bandit camp, not to intimidate a resistance headquarters.
Numbers. How many people do we know are at resistance headquarters, and what's our rough estimate for the number of people that it take to completely surround a camp this size?
So I would say you probably have somewhere around like 20 people in camp at a time. It would take a large number of people to subdue that many people without a fight.
Yeah.
And that the bandits, they didn't keep everyone in camp all the time.
Sure.
So it wouldn't have been a huge party. If they could have had like 10 people, 10 guards.
So not enough to overrun headquarters, but word has gotten out at the very least.
So the resistance usually has 20 people at it, or the bandit?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the bandits probably had 20 total, but they're going
come
out.
And go.
Come
Resistance
and
have 20 at the camp
Yeah.
on average. Okay.
All right. So I guess I'd said, we may not be too late, but
I
word
know-
has gotten out.
I know my brother. He wouldn't talk.
Well, I'm over here.
Yeah,
in the conversation. I'm just saying.
I know my brother.
Word has
Don't talk
gotten
about
out.
my brother.
Headquarters is in danger. We need to get back and tell them to relocate as soon as possible.
And we're 2 days away?
Yeah.
By walking?
We have to take them back there anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
We might be faster without them.
we'd definitely be faster without them.
We're whispering this, so I hope nobody else can hear that, including the prisoners.
I have no qualms with killing.
Wow.
I have no qualms with killing them, but then at this point, I feel to argue with the group may be as much a waste of time as anything. I mean, if they're unwilling to let them die, we may just have to let them live for the sake of saving time.
I would say we either kill them or leave them tied up here, as we did before.
I'm fine with that, but I do think we probably need to go. Andrew, you don't allow like short rests on like leisurely travel, do you? It's got to be like a nap time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, so with that, you currently have a freed prisoner of the bandit. You see him; he kind of like spits in his direction and whatnot. He goes back and he goes back into this no longer existing tent, and he looks downtrodden. He was hoping to find some of his belongings. He's a little bummed. He's like,
Dropped
so
that just too well, did you?
I got. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing, but I've got nothing. We're 2 days ride to any sort of civilization.
I mean, we have.
I'm far away to hear this.
I'm not over near that guy, but
Yeah,
I do want to say in a few minutes, I do want to try and run if we can try and find a narrative stopping point. I hate that it's in such a crucial time.
What I was gonna say is that I would allow you guys to take a short rest here, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like we have deliberations. It might take more than 3 minutes to
Yeah,
nail down.
so that's fine. We'll call it.
Sorry, guys. Bad timing.
Oh, it's fine.
This is good time.
So next time we get together, you will be working on a short rest while deciding what you're doing with your prisoners and your freed.
So can we kind of communicate outside of the game session as
No.
our discussion over the short rest?
Yes, you of course can. I just need to be in all of that correspondence.
Okay.
So should we heal now if we're going to use our hit dice?
You may. Yes, you may.
As a warlock, I would like my
I
spell slot
definitely
back.
would like to use some
I don't know what spell slot it was.
That's just a 1.
Okay, because there were a lot of spells cast today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I get dick.
Dang. Sorry about that trapped chest, guys.
I
We need
mean,
to find a better way into those in the future.
Well, yeah, there is. I mean, I guess I should have just asked if there was a way for me to make a roll to disarm the trap rather than trying to narrate how I might disarm the trap.
yeah. So it's a little difficult for me. It's hard for me to just make up a mechanism for.
When you described it, I was mostly trying to get at, is it arcane? Is it something I can disarm because it's magical or not versus mechanical or not? That's all I was trying to get at.
Yeah,
And so in your description, I was like, I don't see how I could disarm this mechanically.
Arcane and mechanical traps don't
Yeah,
get to make a
so,
roll either way.
I mean, it can be a mundane trap where like a dart like comes and fires at you, a poison dart or something, or it could have been a glyph of warding.
right, but do those require like different skills to attempt to disarm?
Yes. So if I had understood that your questions were directly related to whether or not the trap was magical, or if you could attempt to disarm it,
Yeah, you could have.
maybe just make that a more explicit question.
Sure.
I can tell you. Because
Yeah, I was trying to be too narrative with that, I think.
Nice.
Not a lot of hit
Nice.
points back.
Would have been nice had that been my roll.
Um,
I got 6 back.
but yeah, so
2 dice.
I will, since just for fun, because I want to let you. So since you're doing a short rest, I'm going to tell you what magic items you found do.
Ooh, yeah.
What are my
I'm
fancy
going to-
glasses?
We got spectacles, boots, and
Really well on the loot in this band.
Oh my stars.
Be that much.
Can you guys hear me?
where That'd be a plus 11 for
We
me.
might rearrange them later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your strength
I
cannot.
don't think I can wear them though.
I don't
Are they
think
plate?
Guys, can y'all hear me?
They just go.
Yeah, now, but we didn't hear you say anything for a while.
Weird, y'all broke up for a second.
So
Andrew's telling us what our loot is.
they.
What was
they
it?
Are,
Gloves of ogre strength.
Awesome. Dadgum, I lost you guys again.
for you, Keeler, is that they go on the hand slot. You have a place you can wear any sort of gloves as a magic glove in that slot, so they could go to anybody.
Oh, they don't count as armor. They're just like.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Just, you have
it is just a magic item. So gloves of. Is it gauntlets? I want to read you what the description is. Gauntlets of ogre power. Your strength score is 19 while you wear these gauntlets. They have no effect on you if your strength is 19 or higher without them.
Makes sense.
All right. So that's all that one is. You also found for the spectacles.
I look beefier.
Oh, Seth is gone.
You have more
Oh,
strength than me now.
Same modifier, but
You
yeah.
found the
Pretty helpful.
eyes of the eagle. So that requires attunement. So marks one of your attunement slots. It's just that you can only be attuned to 3 items at a time.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a note next to it then.
So you find the eyes of the eagle also requires attunement. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out the details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
Dude. I want those. I feel like I have more conditions of clear visibility than the rest of you guys.
Disadvantage.
Advantage on
Wisdom.
perception checks, and in clear visibility, you can see extremely different creatures and things.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
the video for some reason keeps cutting in and out and everything, so I guess I'll go ahead and say goodnight and I'll catch up on the recording.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, thanks
See ya.
Andrew. I had lots of fun.
Yeah.
So it would
Glad
make
you had
sense for
fun.
those to go to like a high perception.
Yeah.
Person.
I guess I have
Plus 2 perception.
3.
It would also go well with Seth if he's like scouting ahead.
Perception
Yeah.
3.
Or yeah, a high stealth person
Yes.
potentially too.
And the boots.
I like this blue tint.
Oh,
The world looks so nice.
Is it cool to like ask people what their actual stats are to like work stuff out?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
So like our fighters, I'll have to ask Seth another time. But
The third,
what's your strength, Eric?
10. I have a question that I'll have to direct to Andrew, but let's get this last item.
the third item also requires attunement. It is the boots of striding and springing. While you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher, and your movement speed isn't reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. That's not a rule. Don't pay attention to that one. There is no rule of speed reduction for heavy armor, so don't worry about it.
Well, if it's your strength is less than 16, technically.
All right. If you're wearing heavy armor without like having the strength to wear.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's where that will come. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump further than your remaining movement would allow. So
So if your speed is already 30, it doesn't increase your
No.
speed.
I think everyone's
But
speed is
If you're
30.
from being over encumbered, but it lets
Jump
you,
90
it also
feet?
lets you jump how far?
But you can't
Just
go, so you'd have to like do
3
a dash
times
or whatever, and then you
your
could do 60.
normal
You
distance.
can't.
What is a
can't
normal jump
exceed
distance?
There
or
is
distance.
It's got to be a table
And,
somewhere.
yeah,
No, there's a value for that.
like
But
3 plus your
I
vertical height is 3 plus your strength modifier. I think your distance is like
here it is. Long
your
jump.
regular
that's right.
strength score.
Long jump is number of feet up to your strength score. Standing long jump, you only leap half the distance.
So you get a running
So
start.
you have to move 10 plus feet for a long jump.
Hmm.
So if you have, with the gauntlets
I can-
and the boots, you would be able to do that
19 times
4. It's
was the modifier.
and jump a number of feet up to your strength score. So
Yeah.
4 feet would be Sorry. Yeah. 4 would be your strength modifier with the gloves.
Sorry, your strength score or your strength modifier, though? Those are two very different
sorry,
things.
strength score. So you would be able
Almost
to jump
60
19
feet.
but you can't exceed your movement speed.
Oh, okay. So I could like jump my full. Well, I could jump 20
If you
because I need a
wanted-
10-foot run up.
If you wanted to long jump across a 30-foot chasm, you would be able to do so.
Wouldn't I need the 10-foot run up to it?
But if you're
though?
not in combat,
Well,
you'd
you can
get your
leap
10 to around.
Oh,
half that
right. Okay,
distance
so
from
half
a
my
standing
distance
long
would
jump.
still be a
So
30.
half that times 3, you would be able to standing long jump across a 30-foot chasm.
That's hysterical. I handed the boots out to
Standing
everyone.
long
Then you
jump.
grab them. So
No, I didn't grab
Yeah,
that.
Seth
I
was
think
wearing
we're all-
Seth grabbed it. Seth
He's wearing the
grabbed
boots.
Oh, right now, yeah.
Well, he currently knows what.
So, Andrew, I have a question.
Yes.
I have this Hex Warrior thing. The influence of your patron allows you to mystically channel your will through a particular weapon. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one weapon that you are proficient with and that lacks a two-handed property. When you attack with that weapon, you can use your charisma instead of strength or dex for the attack and damage. Benefit lasts until you finish a long rest. If you later gain the Pact of the Blade feature, this benefit extends to every packed weapon you conjure with that feature, no matter the weapon's type. My question is it still voluntary when I conjure some weapon, or am I forced to use charisma? So if I'm forced to use charisma, the 19 strength is of no use to me.
Yep.
Well, so read me the part about the charisma. What is that again?
Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one weapon that you are proficient with and that lacks the two-handed property. When you attack with that weapon, you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dexterity for the attack and damage rolls.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it sounds optional to me.
Okay.
It sounds like a class feature that you are choosing not to use if you were to wear the gauntlets.
So
That
what's-
would give
what
me-
is your strength?
My strength is 10, so not only would it make my hits stronger than they are with my charisma, but it would also patch up all my athletics and other, strength skills and saving throws.
So to take another short rest for you to attune them, but
Yeah,
you can have them. I can be like, hey, these
that would be
gauntlets of ogre strength
Fantastic.
might help you out, rookie. Give you a little bit of a edge
you
in
are
battle.
very benevolent.
My dagger is currently 1d4 minus 1. So with that,
That's actually
it'd be 1d4 plus
given
4.
that you're a fighter with a strength, like
Well,
I've already got a
So,
16. I get the
daggers,
Because it'd be a
plus one to
daggers-
my
strength,
modifier,
no,
but that
daggers
is
are a dex
huge
weapon.
boost for
Yeah, it
you.
is a huge boost for me.
There was strength.
Nope,
Completely
daggers
changes
are
finesse.
so
It's not gonna
daggers.
be either. It's
that
other
finesse,
reverse,
Go
finesse
ahead and write down
weapons
gloves
can
of
use
ogre
the
strength.
dex modifier
And
instead of.
You're gonna
You can
need
choose to use
a
either.
secondary short rest.
So,
'cause
either one-
this
Yeah.
short rest
Okay.
for you to figure out what
what
you
they
do.
do.
I don't have it.
All right. Well, so encounters that were intentionally more difficult than the ward fight were much easier for you.
Now- Seems like that was probably part luck.
Oh my gosh!
I
I'm gonna just
rolled
see
a
what all
hell of a
these
lot better
changes
than
would
last
be.
time.
What?
A 19, so that'd be a +4 to my strength.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Everything.
That means
everything
all
is
three of us have
different.
+4 to our strength.
My strength
No,
saving
I'm
no,
throws
down
are
to, I'm down
Yeah,
to
it's
3.
great.
Yeah, that 19 was for the.
Me and him have +4 to our strength.
I've got +4 to my
Athletics.
wisdom modifier. Like that's my
Athletics.
spell casting.
Yeah.
I am never gonna let those things go. As soon as I get a
How much-
freaking great
How many
sword.
what system did you use for point allocation?
Just roll.
The rolling. We
Oh,
rolled
I
like the
guess you
4.
you must have got lucky.
I just didn't
I got
Now
even
I'm
luckier. I
rolling.
got my roll,
Really?
and I took a screenshot of it, so I can
Oh.
prove this. My roll was 3
I-
6s and a 5.
Yeah, okay. I can take a screenshot of my roll. That was 4 6s and
That's
prove it.
a fair point. I can't. I mean, I asked him about this because I didn't have dice at the time. I set my character up using an Excel sheet, so it proves nothing. I could have written a 6 down. To be fair,
I don't think
I
anyone's-
didn't.
Yeah.
But